Hello everyone, it's a Thursday night, you know what that means, it's the day before Friday and I also have me chips as well, but no, before that, it is the IRC League and we are here tonight at the beautiful Zandvoort circuit for the first time ever. We are here racing in the Dutch Grand Prix in IRC. That is absolutely amazing, isn't it? I'm really looking forward to this. This is going to be an amazing day of racing. I'm really looking forward to this. As I've just said like twice, because it is so impactful, I need to say everything twice here tonight. And this is a old school track, isn't it? It's got a good old school feel as well, hasn't it? It just my bones are tingling. This is going to be a cracking one. It really is indeed then. And we are now about to get loaded and ready to go into this session as well then. And I hope you're all looking forward to this one, because this is going to be action plenty, isn't it? Here in Zandvoort. So yeah, looking forward to this one. As you probably heard me already, we've got a couple of comments already there in the old comments field as well. Of course, I say, ooh, looking a very dull day out there, isn't it? Oh goodness me, we're going to get a bit of rain as well on this old school circuit. Then the barriers are close together, isn't it? There's only 14 turns around this circuit, but the barriers are so close together it will catch out the unwary, won't it? And you could have a big old smash here in no time at all. So yeah, the guys have got to definitely watch out and keep themselves very much on their toes. So that is going to be a cracker. I have no doubt about that. Sprint is saying good evening. Hello Sprint, I hope you're well tonight. And of course we are also saying from Gareth, God King as well, Kin as well, saying evening everyone, fast track, this is going to be fun tonight. It is indeed, isn't it? As you can see, and you can see the asphalt looks a bit wet already, doesn't it? Goodness me. Anyway then, yep, we are ready to get going, and we already had the first couple of cars out on circuit as well. We've got a McLaren out first, and that is Timmy. Yeah, of course, one pole position already to his name in his career. That was back in Canada of season 6, if I'm not very much mistaken, and he is about to give our first tour of the Dutch Grand Prix here in Zandvoort as well. As you can see, look at how close the barriers are. It's a very quick first split sector, isn't it? So if you get it wrong, you're going to get it wrong in a big way as well. I only know one turn name around this circuit, and that is Tarzan, and I'm probably going to be saying that quite a lot tonight, because that is the only corner name I know, and I think it's into turn 1 as well. You probably also hear me saying that I'm going to be I'll probably get this one mixed up with Estoril for some unknown reason. I have no idea why. It doesn't even, I suppose the final turn does look a bit like Estoril, and maybe even turn 1 slightly, but yeah, apart from that, it doesn't really doesn't really give any inclination about it looking like the Portuguese Grand Prix, does it? Which of course, from when it returns to first time in several years, doesn't it? But unfortunately it's not Estoril anymore. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing the Portuguese Grand Prix back on the F1 calendar again, which is absolutely brilliant, isn't it? Timmy, that coming around the final turn then of turn 14. Look how banked it is as well. Goodness me, you're almost looking into the sky, aren't you? So Timmy goes across the grid hatchings, and whilst he's doing that, let's take a look at the drivers and the constructors standings, shall we? After 6 rounds of the IRC season 8 then as well. And it is Maxi who's still leading the championship by 13 points now from Sting in second. Sting hasn't had a win yet this season, has he? But he has been Mr. Consistent, hasn't he? Just banging away those podium finishes, and that is why he is within a whisker of Maxi, even though Maxi didn't race last time out. But of course Sting still has to score the points, doesn't he? A bit like when Michael Schumacher was of course disqualified from 2 rounds in 94. Damon Hill won those 2 rounds and got the maximum score, so that is exactly what Steve's been doing there, just getting those points in, which is brilliant, isn't it? T. Sammy, the world champion, had a very dominant performance last week. He was absolutely on song. That was the kind of performance we were seeing from season 7, wasn't it, from T. Sammy? And that was his 11th race win of his career in IRC. Fantastic stuff indeed. Roscoe is currently at the moment, he is in 4th position, 55 points adrift, I should say, of the championship leader at the moment then. And as Timmy cuts across the line and it's gone fast at the moment, and you can see it's a 70-second odd lap around here, isn't it? So it's quite a quick one. Fizzies goes second as well. Lovely stuff indeed then. Sprint is also on a lap as he's attacking the circuit as well. Ross going 4th position. Talking to Sprint, he is in 5th position at the moment there. Matt is in 6th and Timmy is 7th. Harry and Alstock have swapped positions. Alstock has dropped down to 9th. Harry has gone up to 8th, and Val is now up into 10th position. Well, of course we spoke to Val in the quali show, didn't we, last time out? So that was a great little segment, wasn't it? And I really enjoyed that. So So we've got a yellow flag there just fluttering in the first part of the course. Well, of course, we've got a couple of banked corners around here, which is kind of the signature of this race circuit, isn't it? Car 96, that's Maxi, and he's just accelerating the way as well. And yeah, Val moving up to 10th position in the Drivers' Championship. He has scored in every single event he has participated in the IRC so far, so that is consistency from Val. Lovely stuff. He's actually overtaken his very experienced teammate Fizzy, who's down in 11th position now. And Hog is in 12th position as well. Everyone else is not moved a great deal. Penny on 6 points, and PB also on a point as well in the second half. Then in the constructor standings, then this is how things are shaping up at the moment. Then we have. Ferrari leader, but only 10 points in front of Alfa Romeo in second position. Two legendary F1 names there, very much at the pinnacle of the constructors table. That's cracking to see, isn't it? AlphaTauri is now in third position there, with Haas moving down into fourth. Then Red Bull remain in fifth position there, 10 points in front of McLaren at sixth. Mercedes seventh, and with Renault eighth, 12 points for the Renault team. Racing Point on sixth, and at the moment we have Williams, who haven't scored a point yet in the constructor standings. And let's see what the Williams duo can do tonight then as well. And of course, in the Williams team is JJ and Joshua, making their second appearance for the Williams team as well. So good stuff indeed. And of course, you eagle-eye guys out there might see we've got a new name in the IRC group grid tonight, and that is Sam Karst, I think it is, or Cars. Sam Karst, I don't know. I'm going to call him Sam for now. In the Racing Point as well. Of course, I can't even, as is quite famous, I can't even say my own name, let alone anyone else's name. But yep, he is also in the car tonight. He is in the car for the Racing Point team as well. The Racing Point team have had a number. I've had like 3 drivers so far race from this season, haven't they? Similar to Mercedes, really, and that was a Friday who was just tucking outside of the racing line as well. Then. And Josh is having a much better second bite of the cherry, isn't he? He is now in. He's now done a 12. Look at that, a second and a half up there. We've also got JJ out there as well at the moment, and he is now 14 seconds up there. So he done a 28 to start off his time. Goodness me, almost in the gravel trap as well. That's what I love about this circuit. There's a lot of gravel here, isn't there? And I think there's a beach on the other side there somewhere, isn't it? So I might go and get to suntan in a minute. JJ, that's a cracking time for JJ. Very competitive. Here comes Steve. He's always competitive, isn't he? But it's very interesting to see. It's like any debutants or experienced drivers. It's very interesting to see how they're gonna get to grips with this new circuit, albeit it's not a new circuit because it's in Formula 1 back in 1985, and believe it or not, that was before I was born as well, so that is quite old, isn't it? Last time we was here in Zandvoort. So yeah, cracking stuff indeed then. And and I think that one of the highlights of the Dutch Grand Prix for me, if I get this wrong, guys, then jump in the comments there and give me a good old smack around the ear. But I'm sure it does. Wasn't it Gilles Villeneuve that went around this circuit on 3 wheels once when when he had a puncture, and he was very determined to get back to the pits? And I'm sure he even wanted to get back out there as well, didn't he? That's a cracking old story as well, isn't it? And here comes Matt then, who is I think he's 4th in the World Championship at the moment. Matt, of course, he finished 3rd last season. He hasn't felt too much of the hasn't had too much happy thoughts and happy experiences of this car so far in the season. I think that Abu Dhabi was a very strong performance from Matt then, and a big step forward then from the AlphaTauri driver as well. And of course Sprint, who is of course his teammate, is becoming a big thorn in a lot of the old guard of IRC recently, isn't he? He's absolutely fantastic, isn't he? Sprint is, mate, he's getting bigger and bigger steps, isn't he? As he goes then. PB, oh goodness me, PB is out in qualifying at the moment. Good stuff to see him there, PB is. And oh gosh, I thought he was going into the barrier there. I wonder if he's just trying to get used to the circuit as well then, because a lot of these drivers would have had limited time, I believe, on this circuit. Yes, we're in round 7. If we had the official calendar, it would have been round 5, so they've had an extra 2 weeks to get to grips then with this very slippery circuit, but still then it's not a lot of time, is it? T-Time goes across the line. He is second fast at the moment, a 10th of a second away from Steve at the moment, who is currently fast at the moment then. And Penny goes across the line, and he has done 12. He's done 12 as well then. PB is back out on circuit as well. I'm sure he's got damage to the end plate there in the second half at the moment. Once again, the Haas team are bookending the grid there. It's first there for Steve and 17th for PB, and here comes Roscoe in the second Red Bull as well. In terms of qualifying form this season. Of course, it has been T. Sammy who has had 2 pole positions, Maxi's had 3, and Steve has had 1 so far then. So sharing them out almost quite equally so far, which is absolutely beautiful stuff indeed then. Kyle there in the comments as well. Kyle is cheering on the American-based team with the Haas, and of course I do have a soft spot for the Haas. I love their livery from last season. Unfortunately, wasn't really a fan of the owner, who, well, the owner of the sponsor beyond that. But there you go. It's full of weird and wonderful stories, isn't it? And I'm sure I read somewhere that William was actually trying to buy a football club at one stage. So heavens forbid, I hope that didn't go through, because that wouldn't have been very good at all, would it? If it's anything like his track record of Formula 1 and all his dodgy tweets going on. But there we go then. Of course, all political and stuff, and I don't get very political because I don't understand most of it. Well, I understand that though. Roscoe's gone fast at the moment. He's a 10th for a second in front of Steve in second position there. Roscoe, it might be the track evolution there, but I think that Roscoe is a very tough cookie, isn't he? And goodness me, there he's really thrown the gauntlet down there in the Red Bull as well. Maxi's having another bite of the chair as well. Here is the championship leader then, 13 points in front of Steve at the moment. Then Maxi, I've got to say, of course, the first season in IRC was a disappointment. He finished 4th in the driver's standings, didn't he? I think he had a fairly good result. I think he had a fairly good season, really. But Maxi did come into the season 7 there as one of the hot favourites, wasn't he? But I don't think he lived up to the billing there. If I don't want to be too harsh on Maxi there, but this season, my goodness me, he has lived up to the billing, hasn't he? He has really come in and stormed to 4 victories there and 3 pole positions for the Ferrari drive. He's been absolutely incredible, hasn't he? So far this season, really impressive stuff indeed. He's had 5 podiums as well. Every race he has participated in this season, he has not been off the podium, and that is the same as been said there for Steve as well. That is why they're the front 2 in the World Drivers' Championship at the moment there, and I've got to say it's pretty impressive there, isn't it? To be on the podium in every single race in a league race, isn't it? Because a lot of things can happen in league racing, can it? And it usually does that. Maxi coming up to the line as well then. This is another time for Maxi, and that is 6 laps he's done on the soft tyres, and he is still within the ballpark. Steve and Roscoe as well. Timmy's just put in a very good time as well, actually, in the McLaren. He is now, it's the sole McLaren here tonight as well, unfortunately, at this moment in time then. But Timmy is now in 3rd at the moment. Lovely stuff indeed then. As I got an ulcer on with it then. If I start slurring, then that's not because I'm on the old whiskey. It's because I got a big old ulcer, and unfortunately I just start chewing it, which is a lovely image. I'm sure everyone wanted to hear that, didn't they? Here comes Josh, and unfortunately, Josh and Hogg, who were close together in the timesheets, were a bit too close in Abu Dhabi, weren't they, as they came to blows. Just having a look at the incident back, it was unfortunately Josh, it was the perilous turn 3, wasn't it? So really, I got to say, I've been in the wall so many times there, I've lost count really. I think I've been in the wall there more often than I've done laps around there. So we've all done it, haven't we? But of course, there was a bit of fisticuffs, wasn't there, after the race last week? And of course, we do love it when the drivers get passionate, don't they? Well, I certainly love it. I love a bit of I do love a bit of a drama. No, look at them break this glowing now. And of course, drama is, if you want drama, then this is the right place on your Thursday nights, isn't it? Absolutely brilliant. And let's see what Josh can do then in his second race at RC then. And I think that he's a lot more going to make a much better fist of it here tonight. And he's definitely looking like a much more sharper competitor, isn't he? He might have had more practice behind that Williams there. And of course, he is right behind his team as well. Only 3/10 of a second away at the moment. 5 minutes to go in this first qualifying session. Of course, anyone that's new to Formula 1, welcome. And you might be wondering, what about the first qualifying session? I thought there was only one. Well, there used to only be one, didn't there? Of course, when we had an hour qualifying back in the mid-90s and early 2000s, wasn't it? It was an hour-long session as Matt has gone fastest there in the Alpha Tauri there. Good time there from Matt as JJ is JJ looks like he's cruising. I'm going to have another bite of the cherry, so we're on board with Penny. Let's take a look though at the debutant here tonight. Is Sam Cars, and here he is, and as he's coming through the turn 4 as well. He's getting very wide. He's very high up on that bank. I don't think that's the quickest way around there at the moment, is it? From Sam, but I'm wondering if he's just trying to get his eye in as well though. In the racing point as well. Lovely car indeed there. Of course, a lot of people say it's more the Tracing Point this year or the pink Mercedes. It looks very similar similar to last season's Mercedes, doesn't it? But there we go. We'll leave that one to one side. There's a Sam there going a bit wide there, kicking up the dirt in the racing point as well, and a lovely pink helmet as well, a beautiful pink helmet. And I wonder if that might be in tribute to Anton Hubert. Unfortunately, of course, he lost his life a year ago, but on Monday, wasn't it? August the 31st, in that horrific Saturday race in Belgium of 2019 there. And of course, I'm sure that and of course a lot of drivers, well, we all miss him, don't we? And star of the future, wasn't he, Anton Hubert? And it was kind of like a one of the pundits on Sky Sports F1 summed it up brilliantly, didn't they? Sam has gone 10 faster, he's 8 tenths per second up there. I think there's more in the tank as well from that racing point. But yeah, I think they won the as Penny goes into 15 fast. Well, both racing points looking good at this stage. Then, yeah, the going back to my point originally. Yeah, the French, the French have a lot of young, outstanding drivers coming through, don't they? It's kind of like a golden generation of French drivers at the moment, isn't it? Looking good, isn't it? Russell Sticks is looking very good as well. Oh goodness me, though, he's too high up there, isn't he? I think he's going to lose an amount of time out there. Fizzy is also a second down as well with 3 minutes to go. Then, anyway, going back to my point there. Of course, if anyone that's wondering about the qualifying format, this is qualifying one. We've got 3 qualifying sessions for you tonight. This first qualifying session, we're aiming to use the 3 slowest cars. T Tamer's retired from the session as we're watching Fizzy come into the pits as well. You can see it's a bit of a narrow pit lane, isn't it? A light chicane there, and going down to 80 kilometers an hour as well. Yeah, so first qualifying session, 18 minutes long. We're going to lose the 3 slowest drivers, so 16th, 17th and 18th. In the drop zone at the moment is Josh, Double and PB. Is that going to remain the same? Well, we'll find out soon. Second qualifying session, it gets a little bit more complicated, so bear with me, guys. In the second qualifying session, it is a 15-minute session, and it's the top. And of course, we're waiting for the top 10 to go through the qualifying 3, and the 11th to 15th will line up the 11th to 15th in the race as well. But there's a catch for the top 10. That top 10 must start on the tyres which they set their fastest time on, and you'll see in qualifying 2 that we're having all kinds of colours of tyres there. I don't mean like I don't mean we're gonna have like beautiful pink tyres. I mean that there is going to be the sidewall. The tyres do have like a colour on the side of them, don't they? You can see on the sprints there, the writing is red, and that's and that indicates that it's soft tyres as well, as the sprint goes a 5th fast at the moment. So of course the combination of tyres is we got red for soft, white for hard, and yellow for medium. I don't even know why it went that way. And we got a Mercedes of Val, who is unfortunately gone into the wall there. I think that's out turn 10 if I'm not very much mistaken there, and it is Val at turn 10. That's disappointing there for the Mercedes. He's damaged the end plate. That is going to cause all kinds of issues there, isn't it, in terms of as a double's gone 15 fastest. Lovely stuff indeed there for Double, and he is into qualifying 2 as it stands at the moment. But he's got an hour. He's got a minute and a half there to keep himself out, so he's going to have to do a bit of defending now, isn't he? Josh cutting through at turn 14 as well, and now out of the bank as well. Then DRS right on the minute. There's 2 DRS zones around here, isn't there? And Josh is currently still in the drop zone, but only by 400ths of a second. Then of course we measure time to the thousandths of a second, isn't it? And what can you do in a 10th or a 100th or a 1000th? Literally nothing. Well, I don't do nothing in like in an hour, let alone a 10th. Goodness me. Josh there is currently in at 16 fast at the moment now. Let's see what he can do. Then Double is still on it there, isn't he? Lovely shot here from turn 10 where Val went to the Armco there, didn't he? Unfortunately, damaged the end plate on that. Because he damaged the end plate, he would have had almighty amount of understeer, unfortunately, and that would have not have helped him at all, would it? Unfortunately, so yeah, of course, understeer is where you have issues with turning the car out. The car just doesn't want to turn, and that's a shame then, isn't it? And just taking a look then, there's T Sammy there, of course the defending champion of IRC Season 7. As that Double comes across the line, he improves by a 10th of a second there, and he is lowering that benchmark at the moment. Josh is bunny hopping it across the curb there, and I think that we've already seen our has Josh got any fuel left in this first qualifying session to have another fist of it? I don't think he does there, because the fuel light is flashing down the bottom right hand side. But Josh is going to go for it anyway. Is he going to cross the line? He does cross the line, and we're on board Josh then. It's all or nothing now for the Williams driver then. He has got to find a 10th and a bit then over Double. If he gets faster than an 11.713, that is the target time, he will be through, and Double will be out of qualifying. It's a knockout, it's a shootout between these 2 drivers now, as unfortunately Penny and PB cannot complete their laps because they're in the pits, and because the time is run out there at the top left hand side. You cannot start your qualifying time, can you? And Josh losing a bit of momentum now, unfortunately. I don't think that's going to I don't think that's going to help him on his merry ways, that he's also got yellow flags fluttering out around him as well. T Sammy is saying then that there is a rain, I think, rain after the middle of the race, and then I am rubbing my hands with glee about that. I do love a bit of rain now, and it's really going to spice things up here at IRC, isn't it? And believe it or not, there, I'm still can't get over this, but we had rain last week in Abu Dhabi. I couldn't believe that. Goodness me. If there was something I was really good at, I'm not a betting man, but if I was going to bet anything, it wasn't going to rain in Abu Dhabi. But it was like rain all the way through the qualifying session, which absolutely threw me, I've got to say. Really, that was absolutely surprising to say the least, wasn't it? And just watching Josh then, as he is just coming into the pits as well. Then he is out of qualifying, unfortunately, Josh is, but I got to say, looking very much on song in this second attempt, second start here in Zandvoort. So brilliant stuff indeed there for Josh, and he is he's coming in the pits as well. But unfortunately for Josh, he is out of qualifying, along with Penny and PB out of qualifying as well. But PB is actually took part in this qualifying session. Lovely stuff indeed. Then yes, we got Harry Free has said, "Come on, Sam." Carton, and so I think that might be our debutant as well. So that is Sam Carton. Lovely stuff indeed. Then so I hope yes, he's done a great job so far. He's up in 10th position. Brilliant stuff indeed. Then you've got Stephen saying, all eyes on Josh tonight after last week. So it's as we mentioned earlier about the about 50% between Josh and Hogg there, wasn't it? Yeah, entertaining stuff. I quite enjoyed that. Impressive. We've also got Air Show as well. Ah, yes, P10, and it was a very good start indeed then, and absolutely fantastic. Absolutely enjoyed that. Really good stuff indeed then. And of course then I've just seen Fizzy's actually just posted the calendar in the chat as well. Of course, we do have a random calendar this season for RRC Season 8, and of course it really it really spices things up, doesn't it? And if anyone wants to know what next week's race is, then I've got to say that it's the jewel in the crown of Formula 1. It is the Monaco Grand Prix, isn't it? Goodness me! And I've got to say that's really going to be a fantastic one too. Fantastic race. I'm looking forward to that one. Don't forget the drivers are, to be honest. I think that it's very much a specialist kind of circuit, isn't it, really? The Monaco Grand Prix, lovely 7D then. Connor McDonald said, let's go, Sam! Let's go, Sam, come on! Wow, Sam, gotta say, there's a lot of fans in for Sam Carton at the moment now, and he is in 10th position now. Great stuff from the debutant. Let's see what I can do in the second part of qualifying now, where things started to really spice up then. Out of qualifying is PB. Also out of qualifying is Penny, and also Josh is out of qualifying as well. But he was less than 2/10 of a second away from getting through in the qualifying too then. So good stuff there from Joshua. But we're assuming the race any Josh fans as well. But yeah, that's a shame now for Josh. But don't worry, guys. You'll also see Penny and PB in the race as well. Right, now we're going into qualifying two then. We've got 15 minutes now to determine who the next five are going to take the walk of shame then. Who will it be then? As Josh is saying, of course, Josh is saying, I tell you what, I'm not looking forward to the next one. So, I don't think anyone's looking forward to Monaco, really. Apart from me, I love Monaco, so I don't know if driving it, as Ross will as Ross will say, as I took him out in my season, my one and only race at Monaco for IRC, as I drove him into the bar at Sandoval then. So yes, I wasn't his favourite man that day, and it was so shameful. I even had to put my hands up in a bit. It was appalling driving, to be, it really was. To be honest, I was expecting my P45 after that, but instead Matt thought it was safer that I stay up here in the commentary box, and that is exactly what I'm doing. Because I got to say, I am a danger to myself and other people when I've got a wheel in my hands. So it's best I just stay with a controller and just talk absolute nonsense for 2 hours on a Thursday night, which I think it's pretty safe to say. I think I do talk a lot of nonsense, don't I? Of course, I'd like to hear your comments as well. Keep coming in, guys. I'd like to hear your predictions and how are you feeling that the season's unfolding so far, as we're already into round 7. Remember, this is the longest IRC season in history. There's 22 races on the calendar calendar for this season, and it's been a very good season so far, hasn't it? But Maxi is really breaking the walls down, isn't he, in that Ferrari? He's absolutely fantastic from the get-go. T. Sammy was impressive last week then, but he hasn't shown much pace so far, has he? But he does love rain, doesn't he? And he has already spilled the beans that there is rain on the horizon in the halfway through the race as well. Interesting stuff indeed. No talk of rain in this qualifying session, and it's a beautiful sunny day out there, isn't it? As that YouTube as that you too will attest to. Yeah, so keep your opinions coming in, guys. Asdog very much on the outside of the course and more there. Asdog on a pretty difficult start compared to this time last season. Remember, we had 2 wins under his belt last season for Asdog when we was hitting round 7. Unfortunately, this season he has only got 20 points so far, and I'm sure and I think he's got 2 DNFs as well. He has indeed got 2 DNFs there. So, but when Asdog hasn't DNF there, he has scored points there. He's got a yellow flag. He's won the Renault there. I think he's just backing off there and brushing them down as well. As Kyle has just said, "Come on, JJ!" So of course JJ driving the Williams at the moment there. JJ is currently in the pits at the moment now. As I don't think he's going anywhere at the moment. Asdog has gone purple in the first sector. He has gone very wide there. That is, I think that's out of turn 8, I believe. So that's not very good at all for Asdog. And he is going to really lose time there, isn't he? Down the back straight, 2 DRS zones in around this circuit course on the start finish straight, and down this back straight as well in between turn 10 and 11 as well. Yellow flag once again into turn 14 then. Asdog then out of turn 12 as well then, and he is now coming into 13 and then into 14 as well, also climbing the curve as well. Also, this is a very messy lap there from the man who's been on pole position there a couple of times. Remember, in season 6 he was on pole positions in the first 6 races 3 times, wasn't he? Also, he's done an 11.5 there on the medium tyres, but I don't think that is I don't think he's going to be too impressed with that, is he? Matt has come up to the line as well. Matt has gone fastest there, much better. That's much more competitive then. T. Sammy is second at the moment now, 10th a second off, while Sprint there on the soft tyres there. It's gone faster so far, and Fizzy also on the soft tyres. Interesting stuff there. A division of strategy at the moment there, and I do love a variety of spice. Is absolutely cracking. Val is gone in 5th position moment. He's also on soft tyres. Hog is in 6th position as well. Rizzle 6 there coming out of the final turn 14 and the banked turn 14 for Rizzle 6 then. Can he get himself some points at this event? Well, he's 7 fast at the moment there. Lovely stuff indeed then, and good stuff then. Steve there is on soft tyres there. Buddy hopping over turn 11 there. Sam almost on the gravel there, but he kept his welly in there, didn't he? And now he's coming up to the line, and he has done a 12.2 at the moment on the medium tyres as well. Steve then, oh wow, look at the speed he got out of the corner then, and he's now on course there, and he is in 8th position there. Steve is lovely stuff indeed then. Carl just asked, who is the other Haas driver? The Haas driver is Steve and PB, but unfortunately PB is out qualified at the moment. But this is the Steve, of course, is the man on form at the moment. Car 45, and he is he's 8th fast at the moment. And I wonder if there's a bit of sandbagging going on there. And we're at the pristine place, haven't we, here? Because I think there's a lot of sand on the outside of that grandstand as well. Then, and here comes Timmy as well. Then I expect a lot of safety cars in this race, because look how close quarters this track is. It's a very condensed track, isn't it? It really is, and very much a bit of an old school feel as well. I love this track. It's absolutely fantastic, isn't it? We've had 2 new tracks then. Of course, the next new track we go to actually is in round 9, of course, at Vietnam then. So my goodness me, we got a couple of very difficult weeks in the IRC, haven't we? Got to say, it's a brutal couple of weeks there. After here we go to Monaco, then we go to Vietnam, and then Singapore. Goodness me, 3 street circuits in a row. Oh gosh, there is going to be some weary drivers at the end of that Singapore race as well. And of course, Singapore is also the longest race of the season in terms of time, of course. It's the slowest average speed, isn't it? Lovely stuff indeed then, as he is now coming around the final turn then. Timmy, as he goes second fast moment. Carl is set up. Come on Steve, as he is in 9th position at the moment then. Lovely stuff then. We got Double N who's out on track there in the Renault, and I've got to say, Renault in the rear order from one is really was impressive last week in Spa, wasn't they? And I'm hoping they're doing the same again in Monza as well. Unfortunately, one team that won't be looking forward to Monza is the Ferrari team. They're very much on their back foot, and I think I've heard that Netflix is with them, aren't they, this weekend? So interesting stuff out for Ferrari. It's going to be an interesting Drive to Survive episode, isn't it? Of course, the season 3, which I'm really glad is going to be back for this season. And it's a very unusual season of 2020, and as we're just watching Double there come out of turn 12 as well, then as now into 13 then for Double, and let's see what he does then into turn 14, and of course you're not lifting at all then. And it looks like Matt and T Sammy have come very close together there, because I think that there's as Matt has just apologised to T Sammy for getting in his way, as well as Fizzy has gone to the intermediate tyres there, so he might expect a rain shower. Well, we'll find out if that rain shower is going to be true or not. Double there, we're back on board with him in 13th position so far. Double is let's see if Double can get on the points as well. Double's had 2 DNFs this season, which is quite surprising. The man who more or less sees a checker flag more often than not. He's very much a Nick Heidfeld-like driver, isn't he? Where he just he grabs the car and forces it over the line, doesn't he? Very much like Nigel Mansell Esquire, wasn't it? Because when Mansell pushed his Lotus over the line in 1984 or something like that, or was it 85? Might have been 85 actually. My 80s Formula 1 is quite appalling, really. My knowledge is. So just watching Hogg out on track as well. He's starting us up in the second Renault. His teammate is 0.6 of a second away at the moment, isn't he? So we're attacking the first part of the course as well then. Lovely stuff indeed there for Hogg then, as he accelerates away there, not taking too much curb there, and now everyone is now starting to go onto the soft tyres. Interesting stuff. I'm loving this. I do admit I do love a race with more variety of strategies, but it looks like apart from Fizzy, everyone else is on the soft tyres, and Matt has already come out of the track, out of the pits there by the looks, and he is now just on an outlap on those soft tyres. Well, we'll keep an eye to see what Matt can do as well. We're watching Hogg at the moment now, getting very wide there and using all the curb there. He was still within track limits, so I've got to say track limits around here shouldn't be too difficult, because if you go wide around here, you're very much going to be punished by the gravel anyway, or the grass. But I think turn 13, this part here, that if you do run too wide consecutively, you will get a penalty, I believe. That lovely shot there, looking down at Zandvoort, absolutely splendid, isn't it? And all its glory. And Hogg goes into the top 10. He is through into qualifying 3 as it stands at the moment then. But there's a long way to go then. Sam is now on a lap as well. He's 2/10 of a second up at this moment in time then. Sam is, and now coming out of turn 10. And oh goodness me, on the curb there, Sam is. He's going to lose a lot of momentum down that back straight, and let's see, he's still 9/10 second up there, so it's good to carry on. Sam is at the moment, taking a lot of curve as well. Let's go on board with the Davis on, shall we? Turn 12 then, and into 13 and 14 as well, and look at that then. Uphill gravel track, goodness me, it looks so daunting, doesn't it? And out of 14 as well, and up to the line. Let's see what Sam can do then. He puts himself in a length faster, a 10th of a second away from Hogg. Valentin has just started his lap as well. We got Matt, who's also on a lap, also on his lap then. Let's go on board with Matt first. Val is just behind us at the moment, and he is now coming through the first sector of the lap as well. Look at that then. And now then, I don't think he's pushing too hard at the moment, Matt isn't, but we'll see what he does then when he's run out of fuel at the moment. I wonder if he's just testing the limits of the car, or perhaps he's already done a lap and I've just misread it, which I probably have. So yep, ignore me. I once again there, as professional as ever, I really am on the button of what's going on, and of course, if you didn't sense that sarcasm in my voice, then that was sarcasm. DRS there for Fowles. He is coming down the back straight as well. I think I have missed Matt's lap actually, and I think that he is now up in second position there. Good stuff indeed though from Matt. Really good stuff from the Alpha Tauri driver there. Now here comes Val then. He is coming up right behind Matt as well. Matt's going to come in the pits then, so that's alright then. So Val then out of the final turn then, on board with the Mercedes driver, and one of another members of the new IRC race drivers, isn't they? I've got to say, it's going to be a good old battle for Rookie of the Year, isn't it? Goodness me, who is going to get Rookie of the Year? I know we're only on round 7, but it's going to be interesting to see between Val and Sam if he can settle in as well, and of course Josh might also be able to throw in his opinion as well. And you can see that go put onto their dolly wheels that the cars are before wheel back into the garage as well. And Martin Brother always said it used to be a funny feeling, didn't it, when they was put on the dolly wheels as well. Rizzle Sticks, oh goodness me there, and he was giving it all kinds of willy in that Ferrari, isn't he? He is up in 9th position at the moment now, and he's on the gravel, and he has spun it there. Rizzle Sticks has, and you can see that was a very eventful lap there for Rizzle Sticks. Sometimes it is, and he's just having to reverse out of that, oh goodness me, out of the, he almost went to the Armco there, but that's okay. He is into qualifying 3 as it stands at the moment. on board Timmy at the moment, and he's on the medium tyres then, with 4 minutes to go then. Is he going to stick to his guns then, or is this just a or is this kind of just a ploy then to see if anyone else is going to come out on the medium tyres? Interesting strategies up and down the field, isn't it, at the moment then? We got Jan saying, evening guys, let's go for a great race then. Yes, indeed, of course. The race is coming. That's the beauty about league racing. We have the qualifying and the race itself. There's a Mercedes there just getting out of the way at the moment. And of course, as he's on and up, I think that was Val, I believe. There's Timmy coming up to the line as well then. Of course, his target time is a 0.99 at the moment. And now he's going to go for broke, isn't he? Now we're on board with Timmy then, as he is he's now setting a time as well. Asdog is out on track as well at the moment. He's further down the lap. He's a tenth of a second up, Asdog is at the moment. Oh goodness me, they're almost going into the back of that Haas car, which I think is Steve, who is also on the cusp as well, with 3 minutes to go in this session. There's going to be some tears in this qualifying session, isn't there? We've already seen a couple of shed, haven't we? I know that one is not going to really help Asdog, is it? As Josh has said, he's up for anything. Goodness me, I do love a man who likes to try the big ones. Asdog is gone into 13 fast at the moment. Now he's a tenth of just less than 2/10 down then. Steve has started his lap as well then. We've also got Fizzy, who is a tenth for a second up then in the Mercedes then. We've got an AlphaTauri just in front of us of Matt then as well. And Fizzy improves by less than a tenth of a second then. Good stuff indeed then. Timmy is 3/10 of a second down. The medium tyres is not working out at this stage then. 2.5 minutes to go then. And I got to say, the time is starting to count down. JJ is out on track as well. We've got a lot of action here at the moment, so I try to keep up then. Asdog is 1,000 of a second down on his personal best. Sam is a second up then. Max is retired from the session in fourth position. He is fairly happy with how things are looking at the moment then. Steve is fast in the second intermediate split time. He is 3/10 of a second up in the middle sector as well. And we're on board with Asdog. Asdog's on and off as well. Is Steve going to be in the wrong place at the wrong time? Sprint might end the day. Fast as a qualifying too. Fantastic stuff indeed then. And there's Dirt here now. Look at this, and you can tell there's Dirt here. Steve oversteering then. Asdog gets out of the way then. And I wonder how much that's going to affect Steve. A huge amount then. He has gone wide, as Steve has. And the man who's second in the World Championship is looking over the shoulder now. And no, and he almost went to the barrier there. Has he damaged the end plate? He has damaged the end plate. He has gone to the barrier, but he is fifth fastest. Is that going to be good enough then? I've got to say, he's fifth fastest. Impressive. Matt is gone through. He is in fastest so far then. So Matt is put his teammate in his place, so to speak, at the moment. See his 4/10 second up as well. And Roscoe is at 5/10 second up. We've also got T. Samuel out there as well. There's a lot of big names that have yet to third time. Roscoe is third fast at the moment when Timmy is a second down then, so Timmy might be falling down the field at the moment. Well, we'll find out. See us 3/10 second down. Fizzy's in the garage as well. What about T. Sammy? T. Sammy is out on the course as well. Hogg is out there as well. Sam is also out, but I think he's now going to go for broke. It's all or nothing. JJ there. Wow, goodness me. He was coming out of that corner with such velocity. He is a 12. He's 15 fast at the moment, and lovely stuff. Sam is about to start his up as well. Then we've got Hogg, and now we've got Rizzle 6 as well. T. Sammy there 4/10 of a second up as well. Steve might be safe at this stage then, but we'll find out because there's a lot of drivers I feel they can go quicker. T. Sammy is one of them. He is gone quicker then. So Steve is down in 7th position as well. Both Mercedes are in the pits. That might help him. Roscoe there is just coming on an in-lap there by the looks there, and almost caught Rizzle Sticks unaware then. Sam is now then, he's 31 seconds down the first sector. I think that is that might be a wrong time in there. Rizzle Sticks 2/10 second down, but he's currently in qualifying 3 at the moment. Rizzle Sticks is then. Let's see what he can do. He's 4/10 second down the second sector. It might be done and dusted for the Ferrari driver, but he's potentially on course to get into qualifying 3. Will he stick it? Hogg is in the pits well. Sam is off the course there, the debutant is, and that might be the end of qualifying. I think it is the end of qualifying. No one is on a quicker lap, and that is the end of qualifying. And here in qualifying 2, and goodness me, then that was a bit of a scare for the man who's second in the World Championship. Congratulations to Rizzle Sticks, who is through into qualifying 3. Great time from the Ferrari driver. Absolutely splendid stuff indeed then. The debutant there, Sam there, he is 12th in the end then, and not a bad start in position is it for Sam in this first league race here in IRC. So congratulations to the debutant. Really good stuff indeed there for Sam as well. Arjun said, hello Sean, sorry I'm late then. Don't worry, my good man. There will be we're into qualifying 3 before we get into the race itself then. So yep, this is going to be a stormer of a race. I have no doubt about that. I'm really looking forward to this one. As you've already heard in a lot of the intro already, I was having looked forward to this like 8 times already. It's because I love this circuit, and the action that it produces is absolutely phenomenal. I'm just getting comfy because I'm just stretching out my legs. I got a bit of cramp there now. Oh gosh, I'm getting old, I think, as well. Anyway, then it's got very dull out there, hasn't it? Goodness me! I hope I haven't brought my raincoat here, so I'm not going to be sticking my head out of the commentary box anytime soon. I would never stick my head out of the commentary box anyway, if it was hot as well. Of course, being ginger and all that, I'll be fried like a bit of bacon now. If anyone wants eggs and bacons for breakfast tomorrow, then give me a shout. I'll go outside. Anyway, so no one is on track at the moment, apart from Sam, who's probably enjoying the festivities of the Dutch Grand Prix as well. Lovely stuff then. Indeed, then as Sam there is just having his victory lap as well. Apologies, guys. I'm just wetting my whistle. I got a big old ulcer. It is blimey hurting one. Oh gosh, I'm gonna have to get some California. No, that's cough medicine. I don't really know what is for ulcers or anything like that. I don't know. I might have to just put some toothpaste on it. I don't know. Anyway, enough about me and of course my horrific pain I'm in. We need to be talking about Formula 1, don't we? And the IRC as well. So at the moment we've got a bit of a lull going on at the moment. As Sam there is just coming back into the pits. Well, he ain't coming back into the pits. He's just enjoying himself out there, isn't there? I gotta say, I think it's a great opportunity there to really bask in the glory of Sam, of course, making his debut tonight, as I've mentioned several times already. And of course, a beautiful helmet there as well. Look at that. I absolutely love it. Really good stuff indeed there. From the Racing Point driver, but unfortunately Sam is out of qualifying, as is Hogg, Asdog out of qualifying. I would that is quite a shock, isn't it, for Asdog? But he's having a difficult season, isn't he? The IRC veteran, he's having a very tough season, isn't he? And of course he's alongside his fellow partier, Double. Of course, them two are always in a party together, I believe. It's great stuff indeed. Then it really is. And of course, as I started my RC days in that party as well, which I always reference as well because it was absolutely hilarious in there. As Double always used to speak about Jeff, and Jeff never being around when Double needs him, or around when Double didn't need him, really, which is basically the standard stuff for everyone who speaks to Jeff, isn't it? Or doesn't want to speak to Jeff. Out of qualifying then is a JJ. Double out as well. Asdog, Sam, and Hogg all out of qualifying. Hogg missed the cut by less than a tenth of a second as well. And Carl has just told me as just told me that Bonjela is what I need, so I'll be getting a bit of that tomorrow at Tesco's. Every little helps, isn't it, and all that kind of jazz. We've also got Frank there saying, great to see Fizzy in Q3 again. Lovely stuff indeed. Bask in the glory, Kevin Lee ref there, as yeah. I might miss something there. I probably have. It might be me waffling away and miss something, which is almost certainly the case, my good man. Anyway, good men and women, or whoever else is watching it. Oh, goodness me, we've got rain! There is rain on the horizon. I said it was getting dark, and it has got dark, and there is a moisture coming out of the air now. And oh dear, this is not good at all, is it? As yeah, so everyone is on the intermediate tyres. I'm wondering if everyone's going to try and go onto the dry tyres. Going to be very interesting indeed, isn't it? Who is going to go? Well, at the moment we're on board with Bristol 6. DRS has been disabled then, so I feel that it's too wet then for the dry tyres as they're coming out of the pits now. And yeah, I think when the DRS has been disabled, that is it. And they're all coming out there on the intermediate tyres as well. So Bristol 6 is the first man out. Oh, goodness me, he's already having problems there. Of course, these cars have got such great torque demand, haven't they? So so it's going to be very tricky indeed. Then he's let his teammate go through. Maxi, the world championship leader at the moment. Maxi is 13 points in front of his rival Steve as well. Had a bit of a frightened qualifying too, didn't he? As we're now getting into qualifying 3 as well. As now we're watching Maxi there, and he is floating through the first part of the course as well. Then everyone is out on circuit mode apart from Roscoe and T. Sammy. And T. Sammy loves these conditions, doesn't he? There, because remember his first ever race win in IRC there, he was absolutely fantastic, wasn't it? It was a wet, dry Australian Grand Prix, wasn't it? And it was a very unusual Grand Prix as well, wasn't it? It wasn't too wet, it wasn't too dry either. So DRS has been disabled then, so the rear wing, the drag reduction system has been disabled then. And I feel that this might be the quickest times out there because the rain is getting heavier. And I'm wondering then if this is going to be very much a look into the future, Mystic Meg kind of thing, to see what is going to happen in the race then. And now then we're on board with Maxi as he comes through turn 13 and now into 14. Yellow flags, that's Roscoe. Roscoe has spun it. He hasn't damaged the car, luckily. And he can get on his way as well, but that is not good start for Roscoe by any stretch of the imagination, is it? Goodness me then. Oh, good. I'm really sorry. I got to say, so I'm a bit on the back burner there. Sorry, Gareth. Gareth was on, but WWE use it for a wrestler, Keith Lee, bask in his glory. Yeah, I got to say, I haven't really kept up with the wrestling lately. I got to say, I think the last event I watched was actually the Royal Rumble. So yeah, that was a long time ago. I think yeah, there's a lot of things that got on this year, and I think that I've watched bits and bobs, but I haven't really kept up with it. I used to be a big old fan of it way back in the day, and well, up until last year really. I think the last pay-per-view I watched from start to finish was WrestleMania 35, I should say. Anyway, yeah, so yeah, apologies about that. Oh no, Steers out of the qualifying session. Goodness me, and that is not good at all. We're on board with Fizzy. He is in the gravel. How has he gone off there? I'm wondering if he has got on the torque pedal too hard, and he has gone into the gravel. But that is huge. That is a huge development here in Zandvoort, and that was something. Of course, we just talked about him having a scare in qualifying 2. He's had a major scare in qualifying 3. In a scare that is a scare which he ain't going to be able to recover from, as Maxi has gone fastest there in the first top amount to set a time. Then Matt is coming out of the final turn as well. We're on board. Yellow flags and free lanes. Also Ferrari who's spun the wrong way. It's Rizzle Sticks then, and has he damaged the car? No, but he's lost an awful amount of time then. Timmy has gone fast as well. Rizzle Sticks is coming back in the pits then. Fizzy is onto the final part of the course, but it's Val then we need to be looking at the moment then. Val coming up to the line as well. Let's see what he can do, and he goes full fast at the moment then. Fizzy is coming up to the line, so and Fizzy goes third fastest there in the Mercedes. Lovely stuff indeed there for Fizzy. Sprint is only 6th fast at the moment then. T. Sammy, who loves these conditions, is out on circuit, and so is Roscoe as well, into 11 and 12 as well. On board with him now then, and he accelerates away then, and he's coming up into 13 and 14 now then for Roscoe. He's got 2 more turns on this course, and he's keeping it well within track limits there, as you notice then, as we've got a Mercedes, and a Val is in the barrier. Val is in the barrier, and he is out of the qualifying session as well. No T cars in F1 anymore, no more spare cars. Oh my goodness me, and his teammate almost went into the back of him as well. Roscoe is second fastest. T. Samurai coming out of turn 13 and now into 14, and he accelerates away. What's he going to do then? And Maxi has gone faster still then in his second attempt there, and here comes T. Sammy, who is second fastest by a 10th of a second then. And what's the beauty about wet weather qualifying is they probably fueled up a bit more, so they're just going to get quicker and quicker. This is the beauty about wet weather qualifying. Matt has improved his second fastest mode, but third fastest, but not anymore, because Timmy has found the sweet spot and is in full position as well. What about Sprint? What can he do then in the second Alpha Tower as well? Of course, formerly known as the Toro Rosso. If anyone was wondering who they are, then of course they are almost a new team, aren't they? But not quite. Then Sprint coming across the line. He approached the third fastest. All of these are in a whisker of each other, isn't it? A 19.9, a 19.8, a 19.9, and a 20 there from that. So close then. Roscoe has had a pretty poor second sector there as well. Val has dropped down into 8th fastest moment there, unfortunately, after that problem there, and that's a big shame. And Steve is going to be 10th fastest as well then, after the damage that he incurred as well. 10th of a second up, then that's enough for pole position, or is it? It's a whisker away, and he just needs to keep up the momentum. T. Sammy hasn't been on pole position since the last round of Abu Dhabi, which of course is the last round of IRC, so it wasn't that long ago at all, is it? But he comes out of the final turn then. Is he going to be 2 for 2 then, with 6 minutes to go then. He is on the back burner. He is through. He is on pole position there by a 3/10 of a second there from T. Sammy in second. An incredible lap there. My goodness me. Fantastic stuff there from T. Sammy. Sprint is he's got more in his arsenal there, more in the tank there. And he's out of turn 12 as well there. The rain is getting heavier. I feel the track is getting more slicker, isn't it? He's off the track. He's off the curve there. He's going to lose grip. He's going to lose momentum, but he's still carrying on there. Oh, he's in the wall. He's in the wall. That's a smash. He is in the front. Oh, goodness me. The front right part of the car has been ripped completely off. And oh dear. And Sprint then is out of qualifying. Look how close he is to the pit lane now. I'm wondering if he should have backed off there when he went wide into turn 13 and the beginning of 14 originally. That's a big blow indeed there. As what a shame then. I think Rizzle Sticks there is going to be okay then, because he's on the other side of the course there, so he ain't going to encounter a Sprint who is in the middle of the circuit, is he? So luckily there for Sprint, he is okay then. Okay, so luckily, no, Sprint isn't okay. Luckily for Rizzle Sticks, he is okay for the minute. On board Rizzle Sticks there as well. He was on a lap, wasn't he, originally? Look at that then. Look at the amount of hacksawing away he's doing at that wheel there, isn't he? Of course, it is. You've got these cars are so twitchy in the wet. It's a very difficult cars to drive, isn't it? The torque out of these V6 turbocharged cars is absolutely amazing, isn't it? And of course, Raikkonen had a couple of issues with these in 2014 and 15 when he had some curious spins in the Canadian Grand Prix, didn't he? And Vettel as well has some spins as well recently. But talking of Vettel, here comes Rizzle Sticks coming up to the line. He goes 7 fastest. Rizzle Sticks. That's a very good fist of that. Brilliant stuff there from Rizzle Sticks. He is 7th on the grid there. That's his best position in IRC today. He is very much on the money at the moment, isn't he? His teammate has emerged out of the pits, and so has this man Fizzy as well. 4 minutes to go in this session, and as the time is ticking down, it's the final countdown here in Zandvoort. Now into turn 1 as well, and here is Fizzy then starting his lap as well. He's on the intermediate tires. We're on board then with the Japanese Grand Prix winner. The moment of the season, wasn't it, last season, where he beat T. Sammy by less than a 10th of a second then. And of course, I think that was Fizzy's strongest season to date in IRC. Unfortunately, this season he hasn't been as on the par, has he? But it's a long season, isn't it? As I said, it's the longest season in IRC history then. So yes, there's a lot can happen in this season. Yes, albeit Maxi has very much hit the sweet spot so far, but a lot can change in Formula 1, can't it? On board with Fizzy as well, then, as you can see in the second sector, we've got a bit of mud on the track there, isn't it? Goodness me, it feels like a bit of the motocross kind of series, isn't it? Goodness me, rallycross, I should say. We have to get Petter Solberg on the case there, haven't we? And of course, I did like Petter Solberg there, good rally champion, and he was also very good in that as well, wasn't he? As Fizzy there making a couple of bites of the cherry there just to get through turn 12. Oh goodness me, the back end wanted to overtake the front there of that Mercedes. Is now into 13, now into 14. Oh, that's a lot of curve. Remember, Sprint had the same issue, and it really upset the car. And Fizzy will have the same issue. He has had the same issue, and he has gone into the barrier and into the wall, and he has blown his chance there for Fizzy. And I wondered, has the Mercedes are there then? Can they get that car turned around quickly? Unfortunately, you do not have a quick pit stop option, do you? Otherwise, that's exactly what Fizzy might have been trying to do. But unfortunately, that's not the case. They would have changed the wing and sent him back out there. No refueling in the pit lane either these days, is it? Which is why they wheel him back into the garage as well. Matt is 2 seconds down in the first sector. Timmy is now just starting his lap as well, by looks like, because he is well off the pace at the moment then of where he needs to be then. So we'll keep an eye on what Max can do now. 2 minutes to go in this session then, and the time is starting to be the enemy, is it? It's the number 1 enemy now, isn't it, for these drivers? Maxi is on pole position. Can he get his 3rd pole position this season? Now he'll equal Maxi's tally this season. Yellow flags in sector 2. That's in the DRS zone, which is no longer a DRS zone because of course it's raining. Max goes across the line. He is not quicker. He has about 2 more chances now then. Timmy is in the pits here. Timmy has also damaged the car as well. I don't think that's Timmy out of qualifying. And Fizzy's back out there. It's going to be touch and go, but can he do it then? Rizzle Sticks has started his lap as well. Roscoe is starting his. Matt has started his as well. Timmy is out of qualifying, I think. And we've also got, oh goodness me, that's Fizzy there just emerging out of the pits as well. I'm not sure who to watch then. Let's take a look at the Ferrari, shall we? It is Max at the moment. Maybe we should take a look at Matt first. We will, because he's a 10th of a second up there in the first first intermediate split time. Let's see what yellow flags. That's a Ferrari. It's Rizzlesticks. He is facing. Oh, Fizzy's off the track. He is in the wall, and it just shows this old school circuit there. It is painful, isn't it? If you're going to go off, you're going to hit something hard. Fizzy has hit something hard, and that is both Mercedes there in the wall there and out of qualifying then. So they're 8th and 9th then. Rizzlesticks has damaged the car as well. He is also going to be out of qualifying, but he is in a magnificent 7th position there. Back to Matt then. Where is Matt then? Matt comes up to the line as well, and it's the rain stopped. The rain has stopped. Matt is third fastest. The rain has stopped, and the track is going to dry up, and you can see from the times now that the track is going to get quicker and quicker. Maxi is improved by 3/10 of a second then as well. Sammy is also on the cusp as well as he comes through the final 10, almost kissing the barrier. Has he got enough time? I think it might be his last lap. It is his last lap. He lost a 10th of a second there. Well, less than a 10th of a second. Maxi's on pole position. Roscoe comes across the line. He is 6/10 of a second away. Rizzlesticks is out of qualifying as well, and Max is retired from the session. Can he get pole position? We're back on board then. He is the only man left in the frame then. We're on board with him now then. As it stands, Max is on pole position for the 4th time in this season alone there with Sammy alongside him. That's a cracking row one, isn't it? Has Matt got anything left in these intermediate tires? And the track is drying up then. Is it dry enough for Matt to strike whilst the iron's hot? He's 2/10 of a second down. Is he going to give up then, or is he going to keep going? With the track drying out at this rate, I feel that he has to keep going. Surely there might be some exponential time in the final part of the course, and albeit it's only 2 turns there. He is out of the final turn then, Matt as well. It's a 19 flat he's aiming for. Is he going? He's still going for it. Look at the left. Is he enough? No, he's gained a 10th of a second in the end though. I know you can see there was a lot of time in the final section, but Matt will be on the 2nd row, and he was sharing it once again with his teammates. Sprint, goodness me then. They seem to be going everywhere together, isn't it? A very nice bromance developing there. Lovely stuff then. But in the end of the day, I think that it is going to be Maxi who is going to be overjoyed with this result there, with pole position there, his 4th pole position of the season. Well, that was splendid stuff, wasn't it? Goodness me, what an end to qualifying. Really enjoyed that one, and that was absolutely cracking. It really was. And Matt then is 3rd fastest now then with Sammy, who is 2nd fastest. Timmy is in the pits there as well. Roscoe in the pits there, and also Rizzlesticks in the pits as well there. We had 3 shunts there in qualifying that ended people's qualifying performance tonight. Of course, that was Steve, both Mercedes as well. Rizzlesticks also come a cropper once or twice as well. And I think Timmy also had some issues as well. DRS has been enabled then, and if that happened about 3 minutes ago, that would have definitely put Matt in the benchmark of a pole position. He has not a pole position for a number of races now, has he? We've got a bit of beautiful sunshine now as well here at Zandvoort, as we are just waiting for the timer to tick down, and we'll be getting ready for the race itself then. And at the moment, of course, we're just watching Sammy just having some laps around here as well. On board Matt as well then is what potentially could have been there for Matt then if he had a better sector 2, that would have been pole position, I feel then, because he took out a 10th and a half in the final sector, if I'm not very much mistaken then. So very much there was very much all to play for there, wasn't it? But yep, in the end of the day though, it was Maxi there who was on pole position again then. So in the last 4 events that Maxi has took part in, he has been on pole position. He's been undefeated in the last 4 events. Incredible stuff there from Maxi. Sammy there, less than a 10th of a second away. Once again, the front 2 are very much nip and tuck. I'm loving that. Matt 4/10 of a second away then in 3rd position. Sprint in 4th then. Timmy in 5th position. Roscoe in 6th. Rizzlesticks, a fantastic 7th there for Rizzlesticks. Really very much on song. Fizzy in 8th position with Val in 9th position. And Steve didn't set time, and he's in 10th position there for the Haas team. And now we are getting ready for the race itself, everyone. So the clock has struck 9 o'clock here in the UK as well, here in beautiful Gloucester as well, where I'm sweating my elbows off. It's really hot at the moment. It's probably not hot at all. I'm just like a radiator at the moment. But as you can see, and look at that there. Well, I don't know. We've come to Zandvoort a very murky old week, haven't we? Goodness me, there. We've had a bit of sunshine. We've also had a bit of rain as well, and we are expecting rain throughout this race as well. And I feel that we're going to deliver on that promise, unlike the real world of Formula 1, because the last 4 or 5 races we've heard about rain, and it's never appeared, has it? But I feel that we might have more luck here tonight as well, then, as we are now counting down then to the start of the Dutch Grand Prix. The first time ever in IRC we are having a Dutch Grand Prix here in Zandvoort, and it's been a cracking qualifying. It really has. I've enjoyed that one. There is action, there is drama, there is incidents, there is quick laps, and there is disappointment. Now then, the race as well is going to be full of more disappointment, full of more incidents, and full of more action. And who is going to win the first ever Dutch Grand Prix here in IRC? As we're now getting ready to get going as well then, and they are off on the formation lap, and let's take a look at what tyres everyone's on then as well, as unfortunately the tyres does dominate a lot of Formula 1 these days, doesn't it? And but of course I must admit it's not the most boringest thing in the world to talk about tyres, in my opinion, is it? Anyway, Maxi, pole position for the 4th time then this season, and as I said, that the last 4 qualifying sessions he's been dominant. He hasn't lost any qualifying sessions in the last 4 appearances as well. T. Sammy, he was not the strongest of qualifiers last season, was he? He's a much better racer, especially with rain on the horizon. T. Sammy surely has to be a strong bet there. Matt in 3rd position as well. He was looking comfortable in the wet conditions there on then, and I'm wondering if he's going to be a late thorn in the sign there for the top 2. 4th position sprint now, once again showing his talent there as well, and maybe he could have been higher up on the grid there if his session didn't end early. In 5th position is Timmy there in the McLaren. He didn't get a second time in, did he? Roscoe in 6th position there in the Red Bull. Rizzlestick's wallet performance in qualifying. Can he get some points on the board there for the Ferrari team? Fizzy in 8th position there. Of course, he had a very difficult qualifying period, didn't he? But he's still 8th position on the grid. Val in 9th position there. Steve in 10th position there. Of course, he had a scare in qualifying 2. In qualifying 3, unfortunately, he was in a very odd position on the track, wasn't he? I've never seen anyone. He was, I think he must have hit the inside there. 11th position is Hogg there, and he is now on fresh tyres there, so he could choose whatever tyres he's on. He is on the soft then. In 12th position, the debutant Sam. Let's see what he could do then in the Racing Point, also on softs as well. Asdog is on the hard tyre then for the Alfa Romeo. Let's see what he can do. Same with Double in 14th position there. JJ is in 15th. He is on soft tyres. Then with the back 3 are on the medium compound tyres. Josh making his 2nd appearance in RC is 16th. Penny is 17th on medium tyres as well. And PB, who made a qualifying appearance for the first time this season, is 18th then. Not 18 cars, 36 laps then. There's going to be drama, there's going to be action. This is IRC Season 8, Round 7, and Maxi on pole position for the 4th time this season. We're on lap 2 already somehow. Right then. We are just waiting for the lights. Watch the lights. We are getting really excitement coming up now, and here we go in Zandvoort. Let's go for the Dutch Grand Prix here in IRC. And it's Hogg who's had a fantastic start, but we need to be more focused on Maxi and T. Sally. And Maxi has got the lead there, as Matt is got a bit wide there as we go down into turn 1 there. And it's how they go. And then Roscoe's had a fantastic start. He's up in the 4th position. Is he? He is over the 4th. Fantastic stuff there from Roscoe. And Timmy dropping down the order as well. Sprinters on the pole and start out from the Alpha Tauri, and he is down in 5th position as well. Rizzlesticks is also dueling away with Steed, and it's goodness me, that is going very nip and tuck. There's a cover in the 1st sector. There is not much opportunity for overtakes in the 1st sector, is there? And ignore the tower on the left hand side then, because at the moment there it's slightly wrong there. And double down on 16th, Josh 17th, and Penny in 18th. A very good start so far then. There's been no incidents, and a cracking start then. Very much textbook textbook asset. And they come down into turn 11 as well then. Maxi leads 4/10 of a second away from T Sam in second position. Matt is in third position. He's 7/10 away then. Roscoe's gone from 6 to 4th. There's the predicted strategy. Softs to hards. Oh, 2 stoppers then. Sam has got past Whistle Sticks and Whistle Sticks on the pole and start for the Ferrari. He is down at 4 positions as well. And looking in the front. Oh, goodness me. Now he's got both Mercedes on his right up on his tag. And Matt's taking the lead. Why is Matt's taking the lead? Has he? No, he hasn't. I apologise. I just got really excited. And going back to the Mercedes and look at Steve. He's on the outside. He's on the outside. That's fantastic. That's an amazing manoeuvre. I have missed some of that. That's appalling from. That's appalling directorship from me. But a fantastic manoeuvre from Steve. From what I said, he has gone on the outside of the Mercedes and up into 7th position. Fantastic manoeuvre there from the Haas driver. Really well done indeed. That absolutely amazing stuff indeed. That Matt is not in the lead at the moment. Then as I think it is. I think it's T-Sammy's in the lead. T-Sammy takes the lead in the Dutch Grand Prix. I'm all over the show here tonight then, and I've really got to get a grip. So 5/10 a second at the moment, but it's Maxi in second, Matt in third position. Look at these cars and lovely shot here from the heady cam then. And look at those positions. And of course we have got Steve at 3 positions. That monstrous manoeuvre on the outside of turn 1, taking both Mercedes was absolutely inspiring. Whistle Sticks down 4 positions as well. Unfortunately, he was the biggest loser at the start line then. All soft runners there are currently in the top 13 then. Hard tire for Alstock in 14 for this now as we're coming up to complete a lap 2 then. We're on lap 3 then. DRS has now been enabled then. Fizzy has passed his teammate Whistle Sticks then and it moved up into 8th position now. Whistle Sticks down to 9th position as well. We've got Whistle Sticks swooping on the inside. He's got more than that's rain. I think that is rain. We've got rain already in this race. Oh goodness me then. So the soft tire runners might be laughing at this stage then, depending on how quick the rain comes. There's Whistle Sticks there really misjudging that part of the course there as well. And oh, again very slippery as well as he accelerates out. Incredible stuff indeed then as they fly through the first part of the course as well. And now then Maxi is now starting to put the squeeze on the world champion T-Sammy there. And not only in terms of this race but in terms of the world championship as well, he has got the oh goodness, he's gone on the inside. There's contact and Matt there is going to strike whilst the iron's hot then. And look at this, he's on the outside there of Maxi going into turn 11 and 12. And Maxi has the DRS and Maxi's up the inside. He keeps his position there. But goodness me, that was a very optimistic manoeuvre there from Maxi. Look at the rain. Look at the rain there. It's getting heavy already. And look at the background. Steve there is getting very interested in these 4 cars as well. Sprint is on the back foot there because it's Timmy that is actually on the sprint there. And they're coming around turn 12 as well. Back on board with the McLaren driver there. I think DRS is going to be disabled fairly soon in this race as well. And they're coming down the inside. Steve is swung up the inside. He's had a magnificent start, but he's got one. McLaren, oh goodness me, the McLaren are just nerfing him. The front wheel, and he's back to where he started, more or less as well. Incredible stuff indeed. Yellow flag in 3. It's a Haas. That's a Haas's PB who's had issues. Doubles in the pits as well. And oh goodness me, that's not good at all, is it? Oh my gosh, absolutely incredible start here in the Dutch Grand Prix. And intermediate tires for double. He has rolled the dice very early on indeed then. And so has a PB as well. Both the guys near the bottom feel that it's too wet there. Let's see what he can do. And JJ, I think, has had a cropper. Oh good, he's had a big cropper. And he has damaged the car. JJ has a penny there. It's coming around the corner. And he has had to take evasive action as well. As we got someone else. No, sorry, it's the Williams are off as well. Hogg is the debutante's had an issue there. He's damaged the car as well. The end plate has got off there as this rain there. We thought he's going to be halfway through the race before the rain, and it's not there. We've got Penny the second racer pointers off the track. Roscoe is past Matt. Matt has had a problem. DRS has been disabled. The wet tyres has to be the way to go now, surely. Oh, the intermediate tyres, and Timmy is on the back. It's on the back foot as well. Look at Steve. He is coming through the final turn. They're all going to be coming in the pits. Matt is staying out there. A 5-second drive-through penalties galore as they come into the pit. He's just been released in the front of the Haas. T-Sammy has still kept the lead in a moment. A 5-second penalty. Look at the rain. Look at the rain. It's absolutely incredible here. And a yellow flag again. Then it's Matt. He is facing the wrong way. He took a gamble. He's been disqualified. My goodness me. Matt has been disqualified. The Ferrari is off the track. Safety car. Matt has been disqualified from the race for blocking the pit lane, which I think is absolutely absolutely uncalled for. Val is on the hard tyres for some reason. What is occurring here? Hog there is coming out of the pits as well, as we got to take stock here. What is going on? A 5-second penalty. It's absolutely pandemonium here in Holland as well. And into the pits there comes Penny, a double. Might have, I think the PB is out. PB is out there. The final part of the lap as well. It's the final cut sector. And Maxi, as there's a Ferrari going the wrong way with it. He's kept his end plate in play then as well. What an incredible race said so far. Let's try and sum that up if we can. The opening 5 laps has absolutely been amazing, haven't they? One thing I do not agree with, of course, Matt's been disqualified for parking in the pit exit there, which he wasn't parking in the pit exit. He spun it around, and the Codemaster just disqualified him, which is absolutely shameful, really, isn't it? It looks like you can't make a mistake at the near the pit lane, can you? And that's absolutely dreadful, isn't it? What a shame there for Matt. He is out of the race. PB out of the race as well. He crashed at the final part of the course here. Bert Mylander is waiting at the end of sector 1 then. And let's see what is occurring at the moment then. So T Sammy is currently leading this race then. And this rain is coming quite quickly, hasn't it? Into the pits there comes Alstock. He was still on the hard tyres. Excellent driving from Alstock to stay out on those dry tyres in this absolute monsoon conditions at the moment, isn't it? And the rain is absolutely pouring down, and that's why he's on the wet tyres. Alstock is. He feels that this is on the monsoon, isn't it? And Val is Val's coming in the pits as well in the second Mercedes as well. As he's trying to slow down. That is way over the line. Mercedes are very late as well, coming out of the garage as well. He's onto the shallow grooved intermediate tyres, and he is out of the pits as well. And Penny going very slow there because he has to stay to the Delta as well. I've seen a lot of damage there on the pit exit as well. There, I had no earthly idea what was going on in terms of the end plates and stuff. I will have to watch that back then. Well, we've got another 30 laps of this, guys, and so I got to say, it's going to be a longer night for me. I got to say, oh gosh, I'm going to have a sore throat by the end of this one. But yep, lap 6 out of 36 and 30 to go here in Holland as well. And the strategies have really been thrown up in the air, haven't they? We was expecting rain half distance. Well, the rain is coming very early, hasn't it? And goodness me, then we've had I got to say, we've had a lot of rain in the space of literally next to no time at all. It was a dry race, wasn't it? 6 laps ago, and all of a sudden, it is absolutely whistling it down. Look at it. That is just the rain coming from the sky. There's no spray in front of T Sammy. That is absolutely incredible, isn't it? We've got wet tyres for Penny as well, and Aslo is on wet tyres then. So those two then feel that the wet tyres might be needed here. Remember, the wet tyres are only needed for standing water. We are on the cusp of that at the moment, aren't we? Because this is absolutely incredible, isn't it? The wet weather is absolutely lashing down out there. So right, let's take stock then, shall we? As we're on lap 6 out of 36 and take a look at the position changes there. T Sammy leading this race, and he is happy in these wet weather conditions, isn't he? He is the rain maestro, isn't he? T Sammy is. Let's see what he can do. Maxi is at the moment has been the measuring stick of the world championship so far. He is second, sprinting third position. Fourth position is Roscoe. Fifth is Steve. He's had an electric start from 10th on the grid to 5th position there. Timmy in 6th position there. 7th position is Fizzy. Rizzlesticks had an appalling start, but he's back in the points. Good stuff there from Rizzlesticks. Kept his head. Nicely done. Asdog is on wet tyres. He is in 9th position at the moment, but he has also gained positions. Hog also in the points as well. Josh there. My goodness me, he's on a much better fist of this race at the moment, isn't he? He is in 11th position there. 12th position is Sam. 13th is Val. JJ in the pits. He's on the wet tyres as well then. So goodness me, there's a lot of wet tyres going on out there at the moment. It's there. Interesting stuff then. Also, Double is on the wet tyres then. So really interesting stuff going on then. We've got 4 cars on the wet tyres as it stands at the moment. Incredible stuff. Really is there. We got Jan saying great race till now. We've got Alk J saying good stuff from Josh. Quick while also driving cautiously after his misfortune of last week. And yes, indeed, good stuff from Josh and for Whistle Sticks as well. Lovely stuff indeed there to see very much in the thick of things there. As we are now just waiting for Petty there just to catch up, and then we'll be back going in Zandvoort once again. Then Zandvoort's been tricky in the dry, hasn't it? But goodness me, there with this amount of rain coming from the sky, it is going to be absolutely treacherous out there, isn't it? It is going to be appalling conditions. And let's just take a quick quick rain check if we can. But yeah, of course the intermediate. Oh goodness me, we've got a bit of an overtake going on. It's just Sam and Josh there who are dicing for position. They will albeit this is meant to be a safety car. This is meant to slow down and adhere to the time then as well. Watching Josh at the moment, and as he is now behind Sam for some reason, but yeah, the intermediate tires do have the capacity of shifting. Was it 60 litres of water or something like that? And I think the wet tires had 85 or something like that. Or that was the last number I heard from Crofty. Might be wrong on that one. Do not quote me, because I'm usually wrong more often than not. Then, so we're on lap 8 already. Then, so I think the safety car be end this up, because we've now got a crocodile behind Bernd Mailander, who is leading the race, and I think he's led the race the most out of anyone so far, hasn't he? 3 laps so far for Bernd Mailander. I think T. Sammy has led it for 3 laps as well, hasn't he? Incredible stuff so far as he took the lead there. Unbeknownst to me, I was getting really distracted here, there, and everywhere earlier on then, as I think that we're just on board JJ at the moment, and he is near the back of the road now. Is there a problem for the Williams driver? I think he's just trying to get some decent temperature into those. Oh, Penny's off! Penny is off the circuit there, and JJ's also actually playing off as well. Is it? He's in the wall there under the safety car, and surely race control are going to look at that and think that this might not be good to get going here. Oh goodness me! Then remember, in IRC Elite Season 2, we had to have the safety car because of appalling conditions here in the Belgian Grand Prix, didn't we? Oh, but the safety car is in this lap then. Penny is out of the race under the safety car, and Bernd Mailander has obviously had enough, hasn't he? He's earned his paycheck tonight, so I think he's coming back in the pits. And Penny went off on the full wet tires, remember that. So these intermediate runners are going to be very difficult. Asdog might be in the prime seats here. Well, we're going to find out then. And now we're about to get going then, as oh goodness me, as Rizzlesticks and Asdog are getting very close already. Severe collision there. Hogg has gone in, and Hogg and Sam have come together then. As remember that T. Sammy had a couple of issues in the Monza, didn't they? With their race starts, him and Maxi we're back racing here in Holland then, and now we're on lap 9. And as here we go, as we've got yellow flags in the background already, as Josh it's just being dropped down, and T. Sammy leads on this. Oh my goodness me, that's Steve just charged on the inside, and now the McLaren is going to go on the inside. Steve just got him in the fair position. A fantastic maneuver there from the Haas driver. And now then we got Sprint then, who is oh goodness gracious me, look at him all, he has got on the outside the bank in there. And now then he's now up in the 5th position, 6th position, Sprint there. Oh, that's a Ferrari off the circuit. Aston is having a look on the inside, he is on the wet compound tires, and he's now going to go. Oh goodness me, and look at the spray, it's hardly visible out there now. It is absolutely amazing, it's lashing it down, isn't it? And what a race we've had so far here in IRC. What a race, has been absolutely amazing so far. Sprint has gone wide then. Fizzy is trying to go off and under, but he got a bit squirrely, didn't he? And now they're coming out with 10 now. As look at this, and of course you've got to take the cart in lines, and Rizzlesticks there is now on the inside there, and he is on the racing line. Fizzy's on the outside, and we got Sam who's got past Asdog. Asdog is struggling there, isn't he? And Sam then has got up into a 9th position. Fantastic stuff. Asdog dropping down the order, and where's the wet tires is not the way to go then. I felt like it was on the cusp there, wasn't it? Unfortunately for Asdog there, it might not be anymore, because look at that, as Sam is just pulling away, isn't he, in that 9th position on a fantastic race so far, isn't he? I gotta say, Steve has pulled off some blinding maneuvers. Oh my goodness, Asdog's gone off the track, and he is facing the wrong way, and he's got to be careful because Codemasters, oh my goodness me, and we got to be careful because of course Codemasters disqualified Matt, didn't he? Asdog there spinning off the circuit there, and I think he's kind of in the pits. Indeed he is then. And is that JJ there is having a good we've also got part of the speed in the pits. JJ is off the course. Josh is back up into 11th position as well. Incredible racing up and down the field then. Oh my goodness me then, as we're just watching then, is Rizzlesticks. Oh, he's on board with Sam there, who was catching a slide, wasn't he? Wow, amazing stuff. What a tough race there for the debutant Sam here tonight, but he's doing amazing, isn't he? He is absolutely taming these waves, isn't he? Brilliant stuff indeed there for Sam. And as in the pits, he's back onto the intermediate tire stand, so the wets were not the way to go there. But I've got to say, it's on the cusp, isn't he? Penny is there for session. He is our third retiree here in the Dutch Grand Prix. Incredible stuff indeed then. Wow. And a sprint now is 6/10 of a second away from Timmy, who's in 5th position. Steve has made himself from 10th to 3rd there in the matter of 10 laps, hasn't he? And he's had some monstrous moves there, and I'd love to see him back again there on board from his perspective there at the end of this race, because they're keeping an eye out for that, because I think that they'll be replayed again and again then. And Mercedes are getting a bit twitchy there on the out part of turn number 14 as well. And Val is now all over Josh. He isn't all over Josh. He is past Josh. Josh is going to go up the inside. He's going for the switcheroo. Oh my goodness me, there's Josh there. Oh, there's a yellow flag, and it's one of the Williams there. I think it's JJ having a couple of races there in the Williams there. And Josh is now dropped down to 12th position there, but giving it a good fist there, wasn't he, Josh? Incredible stuff. And both the wet runners are also in the pits as well. Val then has got the pace there to get after the battling quartet here of Rizzlesticks, Sam and Hogg then, as Dog then is now in the 13th position as well. So the wet runners there, the wet tires there just wasn't working there, was it? But look at that offside the racing line then. You are starting to see a bit of rivers forming there. So Hogg is off the course down the background there and losing momentum. Yeah, off the racing line then you are seeing a very shiny part of circuit there, isn't it? It's very wet out there at the moment, isn't it? And unfortunately the wet tires just wasn't giving them the purchase they need, was it? Out JC, funny enough, rain again, as if it's trying to make everything as circumstances challenging as possible for him there. As also JJ hanging on as well. Going to be difficult to gain positions there. Out J, I think talk about Josh there, making it very difficult in terms of circumstances there for Josh, but I think he's doing a cracking job in 12th position mode. And JJ, who is down in 15th position mode, but he is still in the race, so isn't he? And that is the most important part there at this stage of proceedings as well. The gap at the front is 1.2 seconds now between T Sammy and Maxi. T Sammy loves these conditions, doesn't he? He excels in them, doesn't he? Steve is now 1.3 seconds there behind the race leaders. I think the race leaders are going to be quite surprised and taken back by that, aren't they? And as now Sam is really putting the squeeze on Rizzlesticks, isn't he? Rizzlesticks on an inspired event here tonight in Zandvoort. He's on a cracking race there, and look in front of us is Fitz as well, as he's not pulling away either. Very nip and tuck there in the midfield there once again here in IRC. Absolutely incredible stuff, isn't it? The front three are very impressive, aren't they? And then we got Roscoe, who's caught in the middle bubble. Then we got an incredible midfield battle, haven't we? We got Timmy in sprint, and then we got Fizzy, Rizzlestick, Sam and Hogg as well. And I think Val might also be intrigued in this battle as well in a not too distant future as they accelerate out. And he's got much more better purchase, hasn't he? Sam has at the moment on Rizzlestick. Rizzlestick is going to get is going to be very wary of the attack from Sam down the back straight. It's very difficult to overtake on this circuit, isn't it? Oh my goodness me! And I gotta say, I was frightened by that. Gosh, I don't know what Sam was going to be. That verse of welcome up there. He's lost momentum, but at least he is still in the race there. Car 66s, and an inspired performance here so far from Sam. Really good stuff indeed there in the most trickiest of conditions as well. Rizzlesticks has gone off there. That's going to cause him some issues. He's going to lose momentum. He's gone up the inside. There's contact there. And a bit too eager there from Sam, but the door was open. We're on board there from the side pod here of Sam as well. But yeah, of course, there's Rizzlesticks there is feeling the pinch, isn't he? As he is all over the show here in Zandvoort at the moment. Really starting to keep that car facing the correct way at the moment, isn't he, in the Ferrari? Incredible stuff, indeed there. Sam tried to poke his nose up the inside there. Unfortunately, that door is always going to slam shut, wasn't it? But Rizzlesticks is now very much aware of where Sam is. Rizzlesticks' teammate, on the other hand, Maxi, is now in the ascendancy. He is now matching the T-Sammy stride for stride, and he is now even beating him. He's 8/10 of a second behind the defending champion T-Sammy. And T-Sammy and Maxi, I've got to say, it's been an incredible rivalry so far, but this season so far, the form book has been on Maxi, and he is now putting the pressure on the Rain Master there, as the momentum is switched, hasn't it? Incredible stuff. Oh, Rizzlesticks there has gone into the wall, as I feel that was coming, wasn't it? Because he was really struggling there, and the Ferrari driver comes into the pit lane then, and there they are. And he's got a 5-second penalty there in car 15 as well then, as they cannot touch the car there. Now changing those tires and changing the nose cone as well on the Ferrari. And now he's coming out in just a jiffy as well, as he will be coming out. He's got a lovely bit of clear track, the Ferrari driver. That's lovely stuff indeed there. As I think Asdog actually is now in the facility. And look at that rain. That is absolutely incredible stuff. It's borderline intermediates, if I say, because look at the off part of the track there. It is a very slippery indeed. So you have to keep inside that darker part of the circuit, haven't you? Which is what Asdog did in the moment. And Rizzlesticks come out. Asdog's gone straight to the back and damaged the end plate. Rizzlesticks was just getting up to speed there, and Asdog has just damaged the car, hasn't he? In the 13th position there. What a shame. Hogg is now starting to really put the squeeze there on Sam. We've also got Timmy, who is trying to repel the attack of Sprint, and we've got Sammy and Maxi. The battle for the lead there is also hotting up as well. Steve cannot live with him at the moment there. He's 2.2 seconds away from the battle in front too. Very interesting stuff. Then Sprint there is gaining, but the back straight, the start finish straight is not straight enough then, or not long enough I should say then. It's definitely straight enough, but it's definitely not long enough for Sprint's point of view. But for Timmy, I think he's liking it just the way it is at the moment. Val in the background is actually now he's took 2.5 seconds out since we've seen him overtake Josh a few laps ago there. So Val is very much the man on the move at the moment now, and he would like Sam to keep Hogg at bay for a few more laps, I think, because Val would definitely very much like to get into this as well, wouldn't he? And the rain is getting very heavy out there, isn't it? And I feel that we've already tried the wet tyres once, but I think that some might have to be tried. And Sam is off! He's aquaplated, and he's kept it going. Incredible car control there from Sam. Wow, amazing stuff. How did he keep that going is beyond me, definitely. And as Asdog has got past Rizzlesticks there, as Rizzlesticks there is dropping down the order, he's really struggling there. And hats off to Sam once again. What incredible how he stayed on the circuit there. Amazing stuff indeed then. Now Sprint then is really putting the hammer on, isn't he? And there in the we see in the foreground now a dark blue car. That was the Red Bull of Roscoe, who seems to be getting sucked into this battle at the moment then. And it's an absolutely tough condition at the moment, but hats off to the driver still remaining in this race. Absolutely fantastic skill and precision. Really good stuff indeed there. You've got to be absolutely precise with the loud pedal in these conditions there, because it's absolutely appalling out there. The intermediate tyres are hanging on, and I'm wondering now if we've got a dry spell coming our way with 20 laps to go. But it's very much about skill of the utmost here, isn't it? Just to keep the car within the white lines of the circuit. Really not being in the arm barrier, isn't it? Incredible stuff indeed. That is back on board with Sprint at the moment. He is currently 5th in the World Championship, isn't he? He will leapfrog his teammate up in the 4th after Matt's early exit, unfortunately due to being disqualified, which is a interesting thing from Codemasters there, but that was unfortunate. We lost PB as well, who heavy shunt into the barrier out of turn number 14, and then of course we've seen a Penny crash under the safety car as well, didn't we? And just watching this battling duo here. Then see there's in the foreground is Roscoe. He's about 1.5 seconds away from this battle at the moment. Maxi has dropped back again, so I wonder if Maxi's had an issue somewhere, perhaps then, or maybe he's just trying to drop back off a regroup and have another bite of the cherry later on then in this race then, because he seems to have quite a lot of pace then when he's in clear air. So we'll see how he's going to play this game as well. Remember, I think there's another pit stop in this race where it's for dry tyres, which I highly doubt would be what they're thinking at the moment. We're very far away from the dry tyres if this continues. Goodness me, it might be for the blue striped, the blue marked wet tyres then, which I think might be on a lot of people's minds then in this race as well. So just I think Rizzlesticks and Asdog are going to renew their rivalry once again as well, as we've got a couple of good old battles going on at the moment, which will come to half distance in this race. We've had a dry race, we've had a wet race, well, we've had a dry race, a damp race, now we've got a deluge going on, haven't we? Incredible stuff, fellas. We've got all 4 seasons going on here in Zandvoort. Fantastic stuff. Of course, this is the first time the IRC has IRC has had a race here at Zandvoort. Oh no, Rizzlesticks is off. He's off, but he's kept it going. Goodness me, Rizzlesticks. Goodness gracious me. I reckon he's got a dry setup on that Ferrari, because he's definitely starting to keep it going. But Rizzlesticks there is still fighting on in that Ferrari. But goodness me, there he's had a couple of close shaves here in here in this race so far, hasn't he? Goodness me. As I got to say, he's been woken up a fair few times in this one, hasn't he? Fantastic driving there from Rizzlesticks to keep it out the wall there. though. I gotta say, I would have been long gone. So back with Sprint at the moment, and this is the closest battle on track. But at the moment, then with Bristol Sticks really struggling to keep it going there. Double in 14th and JJ in 15th. They're behind because of the extra stop there on the for the wet tyres there. As that didn't pay off them, but I got to say, look at the outskirts of the track there. It's absolutely incredible. Isn't it? They're in tram lines at the moment, and they do not want to go outside those tram lines, so it's going to make overtaking very difficult indeed. And Sprint has dropped off the back there, so so Timmy there might be starting to find his feet, find the ascendancy there, and starting to drop Timmy then. We're half distance out through the Dutch Grand Prix, and I've got to say, an action-packed first half of that. First half of the race has been absolutely amazing, hasn't it? We're in the second half of the race now as well then. Well, as soon as I say that, Sprint has taken about 5/10 out of Timmy there in the first intermediate time alone there. Incredible stuff there from Timmy. Really well done indeed then. We've got 5 seconds as Asdog's in the pits, and once again then for the Alfa Romeo, and now he's back in the pits area. He is going on the intermediate tyres again, but he's got the 5 seconds. We got a racing point who's had an issue there. Asdog is on the intermediate tyres again, and Val is going to go up the inside, as Sam there is not following the racing lines. He's just going straight, isn't he? As I think Sam might have come a cropper somewhere, and now Val is really much on his rear wing, isn't he? They've got 21 seconds back then to Josh, who's in 11th position, doing a fantastic job. Really well done indeed then from Josh. Absolutely fantastic stuff. Harry Saunders as T. Sammy got penalties. I don't believe he has. I don't think so anyway. I think the penalties have been very limited at the moment, and I don't think there's anyone in the top 6, 7, 8 hasn't got any penalties. And now then we got Val there, who's very much hugging the inside line, which is probably not the way to go. Into the pits there comes Sam then, and there's the Racing Point team getting ready there, and they are coming in the pits now, and he's also a 5-second penalty then for Sam then. Is this going to cost him 10 finish there in the race as well? Now they're changing the nose cones, fresh intermediate tyres then, and that should get Sam to the end of the race as well, if the rain doesn't abate there. And goodness me, that is not abating, is it, by any stretch of imagination? As soon as you go on board with something, it just looks absolutely a deluge out there, doesn't it? And incredible stuff. And Josh is now in at 10th position then. Sam has just gone over the white line then. Yellow flag as one of the Mercedes has come across. It's Val. Val's had an issue there. I think that's a turn 8, isn't it? Has he damaged the car? He hasn't come in the pits, has he? And he's almost spun it again then, Val. And he is trying to recover. Goodness me then. Connor McDonald, lovely driving by Sam. I hope I haven't jinxed it there. Well, I've got to say, that's been brilliant stuff so far from Sam, hasn't it? Unfortunately, he has had to come in the pits there, but he's got fresh intermediate tyres until the end of the race then. And I feel the guys in front will need to come in for fresh intermediate tyres, surely. No damage there on Val, but he needs to he just needs to get himself composed again, doesn't he? As into the pits comes Sprint then. He is now coming for some fresh intermediate tyres, I believe. He might even be going for a undercut here, per se, then, in the wet weather conditions there as well. Getting those fresh intermediate tyres on, they'll have a fresh bit of grip there, and that potentially might launch him past then. Turner launch him past. Josh is on the inside, then Sam is on the outside. Oh, goodness me, that's going to be brave. Oh, wow, what a move from Sam there on the outside of turn 13. He passes Josh and he moves up. Oh my goodness me, what incredible driving here tonight. And Sam there, I don't know how he didn't go in the wall there. Look at this, he was turning the opposite way. Josh having a look on the inside there, but nothing doing at this stage of proceedings as well. Bristol Sticks is now back into 11th position as well. Val coming out of the pits and he's also on fresh tyres as well in the Mercedes. And that is the race leader there, just lapping Asdog as well. As Asdog is having a bit of a nightmare road race at the moment, isn't he? Here's T. Salmon, he's got a 1.3 second advantage over Max at the moment. We're coming up to lap 21 then. But 36, good stuff indeed. And Steve, 5 seconds back now in 3rd position. Then we've got Roscoe in 4th position. Timmy is in 5th position for the McLaren. Is he coming in the pits there? Is he going to fend off? Well, Roscoe certainly is, but Timmy is staying out. Roscoe, he's got a 5-second penalty, Roscoe has. And oh dear, and these penalties are starting to rain down, and they just like the weather. I think Roscoe is also serving a penalty, but unless that's the same penalty, I don't think it was the same penalty where as soon as you come in. But Roscoe's in the pits, and that might well, soon find out. Sprint now is just coming out of the final turn. Now I think Roscoe should be all right at this stage of proceedings. Then he comes out of the pit lane. It's a very difficult pit lane, so you got to be careful. And there's Sprint in the background there, and luckily for Roscoe, Sprint was just far enough back then. And he's in at 7th position as well as Sam in 9th position, doing a cracking job with Josh in 10th position round. Back on board Rizzlesticks. I gotta say, he's been the star of the show so far, Rizzlesticks, hasn't he? Goodness me, he is flying the car all the way, and that car, every time we're on board of him, coming out of the final turn now, I gotta say, I am absolutely hanging on for my life. So I'm not sure what Rizzlesticks doing. Josh in the pits there for the Williams. He's going on to the wet tyres, so Josh is rolling the dice. It's too wet, he feels, and he's on the wet tyres. We'll keep an eye on Josh's lap times now. And Sam is left for session. Sam is left for session. What's going on? Sam has got an issue. Oh my goodness me! The debutante who was having such a cracking race is left for session. Can he get back in? He needs to get back in as soon as possible. Otherwise, that would be an absolute blow to the debutant. Hopefully, he can get back in there and get some points on the board. He's got a 4-second deficit to Rizzlesticks, but Rizzlesticks is going to be hunting him down then. Oh, sorry. Oh my gosh, that came out of nowhere. Oh gosh, look an RKO. So it's Roscoe then. It's now starting to stretch his legs then over the over sprint. That's it, over sprint, and who's coming to the pits as well. Look at that rain. That rain is absolutely hammering down out there. Goodness gracious me. This is absolutely incredible, isn't it, how these drivers are keeping it on circle at the moment now. It is appalling conditions there for race fans, for racing drivers, for everyone, but I'm absolutely loving it. I do love a good wet race, and this is a fantastic wet race. It really is. Rizzlesticks, goodness me. I gotta say, every lap has been an adventure out of turn number 14 now for Rizzlesticks as we're on board going into Tarzan. Of course, that is the name of turn 1. That's the only name I know, and I thought I'd throw that bit in there as well. Maybe it's changed it now, but I'm sure it's called Tarzan when back in the 70s anyway. Rizzlesticks then as they're on board for the moment. There's no sign of look at this. I gotta say, you'd be absolutely devastated. I'm sure he will, Sam. He's had an inspired drive so far, and he's currently not got back in the session now. Josh, we're keeping an eye on his times that he is currently dropping back from Val. He's losing a 2/10 of a second per intermediate split time, and Asdog is hunting him down, and the wet tires is still not the way to go, believe it or not. I'm absolutely in shock about that, because I thought the wet weather tires would absolutely be very much on the money at this stage. Lovely shot from the McLaren. Look, I think I might be wrong, because Fizzy and the Mercedes of Timmy there are both on the wet tyre, so I could be completely wrong there. We've also got the Renault team going on the wet tyre, so I am wrong. Josh might be right there. Josh probably has pulled off a beautiful stroke of genius, but Asdog is flying there on those intermediate tyres. So Asdog might find a sweet spot. Josh is on the inside, then we've got yellow flags there as well, and the Renault's there is come across. It's double time initiative. Back with Asdog then, who has passed Josh now. I moved down to 12th position then, so I'm wondering. This is going to get very interesting indeed then. So yeah, the wet tyres on for Timmy and for Fizzy and for Hawk then. It has been absolutely hammering down, hasn't it, for so long. And we are on the cusp. Of course, it's about puddles, and I'm starting to see a lot of puddles off the racing line as well. It is absolutely appalling conditions out there. It really is. And Rizzlesticks is now all over the back of Sam, isn't he? As Sam unfortunately is not got back in the session there, and unfortunately, Connor, I think you have jinxed him there. As he is, look at that, and what a shame now. Rizzlesticks there on course for his first points there of his career. Lovely 17. Josh is back in the pits then, and this is an unscheduled stop there from the Williams driver. He is back in the pits there, and what's that? He's going back on the intermediate tyres then, and I've got to say, it's a very difficult. It's mixed conditions out there. I don't think anyone knows what's going on. Incredible stuff there. And just taking a look then, as Timmy at the moment then, he is 3 seconds back at the moment, isn't he, from sprint? Is he gaining there on these wet tyres? I'm just taking a look now then. It looks like the Williams driver Josh has gone back on to those intermediate tyres and has got very close then. JJ's got very close to the back. Josh is off the track there on those intermediate tyres. It is very close, isn't it? As Janice said, an incredibly great race. It's absolutely fantastic, isn't it, this race is? And there's drama after drama on board with JJ at the moment. Then is Josh there, just trying to find his feet on those fresh intermediate tyres there. We got wet weather running. We got a lot of wet weather running, but I mean there's wet tyres out there, and at the moment it's very close, isn't it, between intermediate and wet tyres? And now Timmy is starting to match. Well, they're very close in times between. Oh, yellow flag as we got someone off. It's Roscoe. Roscoe's off the track there on the intermediate tyres. Roscoe's gone off the circuit. He has damaged the end plate, and I'm wondering if that's a warning too far for Roscoe. He might need to go in the pits. And one of the front runners, what are they doing? Well, they're still on the intermediate tyres they put on. Steve is in the pits as well. I wonder if Steve has seen that or heard that, and he's coming in the pits there and throwing on the intermediate on the wet tyres. They're on board of the Haas, and he's staying on the intermediate tyres, and Steve is in the Haas. And so yes, he is staying on the intermediate tyres. Hogg is up past Fizzy, and Fizzy is now down into 8th position, and Hogg is now up into 7th position. Now Hogg is loving these conditions at the moment. Where's Asdog? Asdog is 15 seconds back at the moment as well. Oh my goodness me, what an incredible race this has been then. Absolutely, this has been an absolutely incredible race, hasn't it? It's like a soap out there, and I've got to say, if you've got a bit of soap out there, you can probably use it as well, because it is absolutely deluging down. Roscoe's also got a 5-second penalty. He's going to drop him down even further. There's a huge gap though between the Ferrari of Rizzlesticks there, so he will be out in 8th position still, but yeah, he's now on the wet tyres there, changing those tyres there, and now is Rizzlesticks. Is he coming in the pits? Rizzlesticks is in the pits there. Also in the pits is Sam. Oh, he's got a 5-second penalty. Val is staying out there. And what tyres have these guys got? And they're on the wet tyres as well. We're not sure where to go on wet old inters at the moment. Incredible stuff out there, isn't it? The leaders. Steve has gone on. They stayed onto the dry tyres. That was a racing point. There he is. And he's down coming in the pits at the moment, hasn't he? Now Stock there is staying on the intermediate tyres. He tried the wet tyres. It didn't work out for him, so he stayed on the intermediate tyres. Into the pits there comes the race leaders. And T. Sammy's on the inter still. He's happy with the intermediate tyres. Is he going to do a Schumacher-esque kind of drive now, where everyone else is on the wet tyres? T. Sammy stays on the intermediate tyres. Maxi is on the wet tyres as well. He has done the opposite to Steve and to T. Sammy. Interesting stuff. Who is right and who is wrong? It is very close to the wet tyres, isn't it? Because look at how much spray is coming off of those tyres now. There is puddles galore off the racing line, isn't there? It's going to be very tough indeed then. And now Timmy is gained on at sprint now, hasn't he? Taking a look to see who else is out on the intermediate tyres. New is struggling. Val is doing a good job on the intermediate tyres, I have to say. Let's see what Maxi is going to do. Is the intermediate tyres now going to be absolutely struggling there in these conditions? There's too much water for the intermediate tyres. And that's Williams in the foreground as well. As Josh is staying on the intermediate tyres as well. As his teammate JJ is on the wet tyres as well. Josh there is in 13th position at the moment then. At the moment, and he was fighting in the higher end of the points there, wasn't he? But unfortunately he went on the wet tyres there and he didn't like it, went back onto the intermediate tyres because he was a bit slow. And I think I'm not sure if that was a forced storm where Asdog was just absolutely in the sweet spot, or wet tyres were the way to go. Well, we've got half and half at the moment. We got Maxi on the wet tyres. We got T. Sammy on the intermediate tyres at the moment, and it's so close, isn't it? I'm wondering now if it's down to driver, it's down to the level of skill of the driver, and who is feeling more confident, and who can tame these mini waves of water. I think is I gotta say, it's anyone's guess at the moment. This is absolutely fantastic, isn't it? Timmy now right on the back there is sprint as well. Both these guys are on the yellow tyres. That's a Ferrari. That's a Ferrari off Uzi. It's Rizzlesticks there. Rizzlesticks is Color Cropper. And that's a racing point in the background as well. Going back to this battle here. Rizzlesticks, I think, has damaged the car. He's just come out on the wet tyres there. He probably should have stayed on the intermediate tyres, but I've got to say, being Mr. Meg there is a talent that not many of us has. There's another word I was meant to say and I can't remember what it was then. Maxi is in the sweet spot at the moment there, isn't he? He's now less than 3 seconds back at the moment. So that to me seems that the intermediate tyres are the way to go. The wet tyres are the way to go now. And we'll find out then, because look at this. Timmy is all over the back. We got yellow flag. Roscoe is out of this race. Roscoe's out of the race. He's gone off there into the pit lane as well. Roscoe, that's a huge blow for Roscoe, and that is Roscoe's second DNF of the season. Roscoe does a DNF very often, and he's into the pit wall there, and that's an interesting place where he's got off there. And Rizzlesticks is back in the top 10. Incredible stuff from the Ferrari driver. Absolutely amazing. Roscoe out of the race there, and he must be furious with what is going on here. Absolutely amazing stuff, isn't it? As Show is saying he's lagged out. No, and yeah, well, I'm hoping that someone was asking you to come back in. Can invite you back in because you're in 11th position, my good man, and you're still. If you get back in there, you've got some potential for some good points. So hopefully, someone can invite you back in. And now then, Timmy there is going to go on the inside, going down into turn one. Sprint there, keeping just the doors. Whitford, just the door was open a smudge there. And Timmy was there. If you open the door even slightly, Timmy is going to definitely be very interesting going through. Two different tires. Compact different tire types at the moment. Wet tires for Timmy, intermediate tires for for Sprint as well. I think the wet tires is now the way to go, isn't it? There's been a fine crossover point. Asdog has manoeuvred himself back into 8th position there. Val is in 9th position. Val is in 8th position. Teammate Fizzy is in 4th position as well. The gap is coming down at the front quite quickly. Steve is dropping away then, and I think the longer that Sprint keeps Timmy behind, Steve might be okay then to keep on that rostrum because there's only 8 laps to go in this appalling weather here in the Dutch Grand Prix. I gotta say this has been absolutely incredible stuff, hasn't it? And it's anyone's guess at the moment. 6 tenths a second, 5 tenths a second. We've got to keep an eye on this. And look at this. We've got we got a racing point in the battle as well as a Maxi there. The straight, as we said already, is too short there. So the racing point gets all the way there and might have distracted Maxi just slightly. Look at this as well. Then this might be Timmy's best shot here of going for broke then. And as air show is Sam saying if you could join, I think you can take, I'm sure you can take control of your car because you can just get back in and jump back in. I'm sure you can. And look at Timmy, he's going to go on the inside. He is trying to go on the inside, but Sprint is having none of it, is he? And back here then as well, there's 2 incredible battles, 29 out of 36, incredible, amazing stuff here in IRC. Then this is IRC's first time of visiting Zandvoort, and it has been absolutely amazing. Come back next week and the week after. This has been amazing stuff, hasn't it? The rain there, and look at this. Timmy there, he knows he's got the pace there, but Sprint is doing a cracking job there to keep him back. T. Sammy's might be regretting still on the intermediate tires now, and look at Timmy. Oh, he's wrong foot there behind the Sprint now, and he's lost a lot of momentum then. Back to this battle here then, and oh my goodness me, no DRS advantage at this stage of proceedings as we're coming into 13 and 14 now, and T. Sammy there is under the cosh now, isn't he? He's been leading this race from quite a major part. We've got a Williams there. We've got a Williams. It's JJ. Oh, he's just come to a stop there, and he's okay then. As we come down into turn 1 again then. So JJ is still in the race. He's still in 13th position. And can Williams get their first points of the season? And they're 12th and 13th at the moment. But anything could happen in this race as well. And look at Rizzlesticks. Rizzlesticks is on the outside. He's on the outside. He's going to go for the outside. Oh goodness me! And now stop there. Just slamming the door shut. Oh my goodness me! Oh wow! Incredible stuff. I thought that was going to be an airplane crash there. Both Ferraris there oh, Timmy is up in the 4th position. He passes Sprint there. He has done it. He is up in the 4th. Amazing stuff there for the McLaren driver. Now 12 seconds, 6 laps, 2 seconds. He's got to take out Steve. Can he do it there on the wet weather tires as well? Oh my goodness me! And look at the foreground. That's what we got. 2 Ferraris there under attack, haven't we? Oh goodness me! 2 Ferraris are attacking, 2 Alfa Romeos there, and now that is a Rizzlesticks might be half with his teammate. And look at this as Max is trying to go on the inside. T. Sammy is just about keeping up there, but Rizzlesticks is battling with it looks like the 2 teammates Alfa Romeos are trying to repel off 2 Scarlet cars here at this stage. Incredible stuff. Rizzlesticks is really giving as some cause for concern, but if you pass 3 blue flags, yes, you're going to be in trouble as well. As I think the Rizzlesticks is now letting T. Sammy go. Is he going to let Maxi go as well? Indeed he does. And now Asdog is now oh goodness me there. T. Sammy there. Look at this. Oh my goodness me! And of course the wet tires and there's contact, there's damage on the Ferrari, and Maxi's got damage. He's gonna go on the inside. Oh, I don't even know what's going on. He's gonna go on the inside. Oh my goodness me! T. Sammy and Maxi, and so far as look at this, as now as we got Rizzlesticks out and Aston, who are also fighting for position as well. This is incredible, absolutely amazing stuff indeed. There, as if someone could give Sam an invite, that'd be absolutely fantastic, wouldn't it? Unfortunately, I can't give an invite out because I'm not a driver, and so Aston there is still in that 9th position. Rizzlesticks is still in 10th then. And T Sammy is still repelled off. Max has got damage now, but is the tires that he's got on though, is that going to be enough? Then the weather has now started to abate slightly, and but I think that and we'll soon find out. Timmy has got 9 seconds. He's got it down to 9 seconds within a lap then, so he needs to keep going on that pace then if he wants that third position and the rostrum point, the final rostrum spot, which Steve's been on there 6 times. And can he make it 7 in this race? Incredible stuff. Oh my goodness me. Oh, absolutely fantastic stuff here. And Gareth was off his seat then, was it was because these two rivals were doing an incredible job. And these are championship rivals as well. We didn't see much of this last season, did we? We had glimpses here and there. And this season it's been all about Maxi, but T Sammy is trying to stamp his authority on this championship, isn't he, here tonight? And maybe this is the race where he turns it around and really gives a fight to Max as well. And now Rizzlestick said is coming back. Al Asdog as well, isn't he? As you can see, there is Asdog in the background there. I think as Max is the walking wounded, but with 4 laps to go. Look at the understeer, and look at this, and it's the rain has really eased off, hasn't it? And one of us is going to come back to the intermediate runners then. Well, we'll find out as Maxi is now T Sammy is now starting to pull away slightly, and the same with Asdog as well, as Rizzlestick's there very much having it's a fight in the car, isn't he? In the Ferrari at the moment, but he's on course for his first points there of his career in IRC, and that's a fantastic achievement for Rizzlestick's. Really good stuff indeed then, as he's hacksawing away at the moment, isn't he? And the rain was absolutely appalling, wasn't it? And look at that, it's just dry, it's basically just spotting with rain now, isn't it? And Rizzlestick, who I think's had a dry setup on throughout this race, has been my absolute hero, hasn't he? He's been brilliant, hasn't he? I gotta say, it looks like he's been steering a shopping trolley for most of this race, and he is still in it. Fantastic stamina, fantastic commitment, fantastic skill there from the Ferrari driver. Absolutely, really well done indeed then. And look at this, and the rain abating. This has now put the Alfa Romeos very much back on the back on the front foot, hasn't it? Because the rain's abated, and now then there's less water to clear for the intermediate tyres. And so just taking a look, and Double is having an issue there as he is recovering now in the Renault as well. We're on board then with T Sammy then, when he was under mighty amount of pressure there, he repelled the attack brilliantly, didn't he? Let's take stock. 33 out of 36 here in Zandvoort. Brilliant stuff indeed then. As Harry Saunders has asked anywhere I can inquire to join this league then. I would say that if you got Facebook, search for the IRC Facebook page there, and drop Facebook and drop the IRC page a message. Otherwise search for JJ is out of the race there, and oh goodness me, JJ's out of the race there, and that's a virtual safety car right in the end then. And it's out of turn number 14. Turn number 14 has been pretty brutal today, hasn't it? In qualifying and in the race as well. Double is coming in the pit set, and the final stage of the race as well, and Maxi is also in the pits, and he's got a 5-second penalty to avoid that double. And this might be a roll of the dice then for Maxi. He is changing the nose cone. He is on the wet tires and for the final stage, and he felt that he's now coming out of the pits then as well, and now he's being released, and Steve is going to be in front of him, and now then, so Steve is now up into second position then, as Maxi is dropped down into third in the Ferrari then. Frank is saying two laps before you can rest. Sure, I gotta say, I'm gonna be sleeping like a baby tonight, aren't I? Or it is, I'm gonna be, my head's gonna hit the pillow and I'll be gone. Incredible stuff, it really is said. Harry said, otherwise message Matt Sneed then, of course, on Facebook if you've got him as well, and then he will give you the information then about IRC, because it's been a fantastic race, hasn't it? And I'm sure you've all enjoyed it in the comments as well. Brilliant stuff, absolutely fantastic. Carl said, come on Alistair, go Steve, go, as the Steve is now into second position. Fantastic stuff indeed there from Steve. He is 12 seconds away from this man here, and I gotta say, props off to T Sammy. I hope I don't sound biased, but this man has been absolutely sensational here tonight, hasn't he? He's been fantastic. He's been phenomenal. He really has, hasn't he? That 35 out of 36 then. He has tamed the weather conditions. He has shown he is the rain master tonight, and he has also thrown the gauntlet down to Maxi as well. What a drive! What a battle between the two incredible drivers of IRC. It has been fantastic, and I am looking forward to more races like that in the near future. And of course, then I got to say, we've got a long way to go, everyone, in IRC. It is only just beginning as we are in round 8. We're in Monaco, the jewel of the crown of IRC. It is the Monaco Grand Prix next week, so keep an eye on that. It's going to be brilliant stuff indeed. Steve is second tonight at the moment, but he is going to have to repel Maxi. But I think Maxi might be on the wrong tyres still, the wet tyres. As the same with Timmy as well. So Timmy might be looking over his shoulder now. He was in the ascendancy, but now he is dropping back as well. Where's he? Fourth position now. Yeah, he's in fourth position. Hats off to Josh as well, on course to finish his first Grand Prix in RC as well. Rizzle6 is currently outside the points. He needs to get unfortunately for Rizzle6 said he might not get a point now because unfortunately I think you have to finish in the points as well. I mean, I know that Carl's not on the Sam's not on the race, but if Sam won't get the point here, I don't think, because he's not in his car. Anyway, then let's enjoy this final lap here in the first ever Dutch Grand Prix in IRC. And as I said earlier, I'd love to have all the races here in the Dutch Grand Prix. I've got to say, we've had all kinds of seasons here tonight. The only thing we haven't had is a bit of snow. We've had rain. We have had rain. We've had a deluge. We've had a monsoon. And in all conditions there, T Sammy, I got to say, I feel on certain parts of this race, Maxi has been quicker, but it's not about how fast you are at periods of the race. It's about being first man over the line. And T Sammy is now just a few corners away from being that first man over the line. Absolutely fantastic stuff. Oh my goodness me. Just take a quick final couple of comments and before whilst T Sammy is just enjoying himself here in the rain-soaked Zandvoort circuit. Frank saying, great commentary as always, mate. Thank you, Frank. Very much appreciated that. As well, of course, I always have to read out the positive comments as well. We've also got Lucas there. Good evening, Sean. Great commentary as always. Thank you, Lucas. And I'm, goodness me. Oh, no. And look who's off. Timmy is off the track. And now he's coming into the fast kink of the right-hander. Oh, my goodness me. What a Timmy now. He's dropped down into 5th position there. And Hog might even steal that final position as well. And T. Sammy, the Rainmaster, the man who was fending off Maxi, wins the Dutch Grand Prix, the first ever Dutch Grand Prix of IRC history. Fantastic racing there from Maxi, really well done. He didn't have the fastest car today, did he? But he had to cross the line first, and indeed he did. Steve in second position, and Steve looked out of it, didn't he? But he was there at the end, and a great drive from 10th to 2nd, and he might be driving today. Maxi, a 5-second penalty. Is that going to cost him his podium? He's been on the podium in every race so far. It's not going to cost him his podium now by 7/10 of a second. Timmy is in real trouble, isn't he? Can Hog there get on the inside? Timmy is limping home. Hog is up into 5th position. Incredible stuff there. And Hog is through and in 6th position now. Timmy's got issues there, and he is home. Going to be home in he's still in 5th position. Hog had a 5-second penalty there for Hog. Unfortunately, Fizzy is also coming home in at 7th position as well. And Val, a couple of guys that stay on the intermediate tyres. I've got to say hats off to you guys, because in that monsoon period of the race there, that looked absolutely horrific to drive in. And Fizzy finishing in 7th position, and the second Mercedes of Val, and keeping up its 100% point scoring record. Val is in the IRC. Fantastic stuff in a 8th position as well. But Steve may be driving today, it's just between Steve and T Sammy, but I think T Sammy might be my driver today. I think that he mastered this race, and what a drive from T Sammy. Absolutely amazing stuff as well. As Gareth has said, next week is gonna be fun. It really is indeed. That, as Carl has also said, I think I would have enjoyed RSC as well. Goodness me, that. Of course, if you've got Facebook, find the RSC Facebook page there and drop a message there. Otherwise, drop a message to the league admin Matt Sneed. Steve did get driver of the day as well, but T Sammy there gets the winner trophy here in Zandvoort. Brilliant stuff indeed there, guys. I've absolutely enjoyed this one. Oh, it's been amazing, hasn't it? It really has. A fantastic race. Let's take a final look at the classification from the Dutch Grand Prix, the first ever IRC Dutch Grand Prix in history. And that was a doozy, wasn't it? T. Sammy, what a drive there. He finished first. Steve second and fastest up as well. Maxi in third position. Sprint in fourth. Timmy fifth in the end. Hog in sixth. Fizzy seventh. Val eighth. Asdog in ninth. And Sam in 10th. Rizzle 6th, 11th with Josh 12th. Double in 13th. And JJ 14th. Retirements Roscoe, Penny, Matt and PB all retired then from the Dutch Grand Prix as well. And Connor also said then, Connor McDonald, what a drive. Sorry, what a race. Yeah, it was a race. It was a cracking race, wasn't it? Oh, goodness me. Matt has joined me in the commentary box here tonight as well then. So, Matt, unfortunately, it wasn't a good race for you, but everything else was fantastic.
It was good, mate. To be fair, yeah, I was more peed off that I made the mistake leading up to the pit lane, but I was going on anyway, so I can't be too disappointed that I spun it. It's just a silly rule, got disqualified, and yeah, that's it, game over. Yeah,
that was such a shame as well. I think I said in the commentary box about that was a bit naff as well, because I think he was only there for like a couple of seconds as well.
I thought I had the pace in the dry, to be fair. If it had stayed dry, I'd have fancied myself for a podium, but the rain was coming, it's not the best. But I'd made the decision to go on another lap anyway, so the mistake I made didn't really affect my decision. It was just obviously what happened when I'd gone past the pit lane.
Where do you think you would have come though if you didn't have that issue?
I'd like to say I'd have been 4th, 5th, 3rd, around that area.
And when the rain came down in steroids, do you think you would have gone to the wet tyres or stay with the intermediates?
I would have gone straight on the intermediates, because I was telling Sprint when he was stuck behind Timmy, I was telling him to pit a couple of laps before he did, because the grip on the new inters was totally different to grip on used inters. The undercut was massive. And I know we saw with Phil going to the wets, which in hindsight was a good thing, but at the end the inters was a hell of a lot faster.
It was, and that's how T. Sammy won the race. Though. It was absolutely brilliant. It really was. Then we did have a couple of comments in the race as well, about Harry Saunders saying that he wanted to inquire about joining the league in IRC. I'm not sure if Harry's still with us, but if you got anywhere for him to go?
Yeah, we should have a couple of. I think we've got reserve spots available if he just wants to message the page, IRC Facebook page, and I'll get back to him as soon as I can.
Lovely stuff indeed. We also had Carl as well, who was very interested as well. So yep, if you go to the IRC Facebook page and drop us a message, and we'll get back to you. And I've got to say, it's very competitive, guys. I hope you're up for that, because that was fantastic, wasn't it? Right then, I think we're going to leave it here for tonight. And remember, the next race is in the Principality of Monaco. I'm looking forward to that one. I've got to say, it's a very hard week for the IRC boys, because after that we go to Vietnam and then to the Singapore Grand Prix. I've got to say, that was very harsh. I'm not sure if Matt did that on purpose or not, but there we go.
No, trust me, I didn't.
And we'll be back then in a week's time for the Jewel of the Crown of IRC. It is the Monaco Grand Prix. See you then. Goodbye.